to make top 8 on the winner's side here.
Okay, so provided this isn't a button check, it is not. This is going to be a game. This is the first game of Evolution 2018 for the World Championship. SonicFox versus BigD. Winner's side. BigD going into this with some amazing scalps under his belt. The likes of Honeybee and Gross. And of course, SonicFox having an incredible journey himself.
SonicFox immediately challenging the plus frames with that meter burn with the Trailblazer. I think that's going to be somewhat of a message. Gets the down one into the Molten Trap, and we're going to get a full combo here. Restand into Mix, taking the grab, sending a message to BigD that I will grab off those plus frames.
But it is going to be a wake-up interactable for BigD, trying to get some damage on the table. And there's the Molten Trap again. BigD trying to punish, but a little bit late. This is where BigD needs to keep SonicFox. Of course, Firestorm, a very dangerous character in the game currently, but only if he can really get the ball rolling. When his back's to the wall, he is just as helpless as others. And BigD really testing SonicFox's defense right now, but he is refusing to get opened up.
I'm actually super surprised that we saw SonicFox not challenge that down one on block. Maybe he was expecting one of those kind of blasts that we know Poison Ivy has. One of the new moves that she was given. Here comes the confirm into Molten Trap. SonicFox so content sitting there and blocking and just waiting for his time to press a button.
I feel like that's going to be the biggest adjustment here, though. Of course, you have to remember, we saw BigD play yesterday, and he just did absolutely amazing. But a lot of close sets, especially later on in the tournament. And of course, SonicFox is not one to really shy away from just holding down, and just blocking for as long as necessary. But of course, now there's another opportunity for some damage, but BigD blocking himself. BigD has so much bar, but just hasn't got the chance to do any considerable damage yet.
It's SonicFox having that kind of brick wall defense. Of course, BigD kind of missing a couple of those moments to take his turn. Went for something a little bit fast to try and get the punish, but was a little bit too slow on the uptake. Here comes the trait, and Poison Ivy. Finally, SonicFox gets opened up. This should be the round, because we're going to meter burn this and then finish the job.
There we go, meter burning the grab, and that's going to be a nice damage extension. More than enough damage to do. BigD with the optimization. He does still have SonicFox cornered, and there's no interactable there anymore.
The big thing is going to be the clash. It's going to be on BigD's side. Now SonicFox as well. The meter burn forward 3, powering right through the Molten Trap. That's best case scenario to get a clash out this early.
That was actually such a big call out on the Molten Trap as well. Obviously, you have to remember that's such a strong neutral tool for Firestorm. One of the things that really sets him apart. But of course, the meter burn on those 4-3s does have a hit of armor, and BigD using it to go straight through. And the unclashable damage coming through SonicFox into some regeneration. BigD denied the clash. That's huge for this part of the game when he does not have a lot of health left.
SonicFox trying to use the meter burn straight shot, obviously incredibly fast on startup. Probably would have challenged the shot in between. Poison Ivy normally guaranteed a spike in that situation, but if the projectile's fast enough, you can obviously interrupt.
We've seen the difference, Poison Ivy, she wants to get those drills out, but Firestorm, not the kind of character that's going to let her do it. And they're just the raw crouching light into the Starfish to do just a little bit of damage. A close game one. BigD smiling, smirking with that one, saying, okay, you got me, let's go back. Of course, sticking with Poison Ivy, can't really imagine he'll be playing anyone else. I think this is mainly just to take some time. BigD's been around for a while. These guys have played in tournament before across multiple games. But it really is now. This is, I think, arguably the biggest stage they have played on yet. Of course, we have to remember this is EVO top 8 winners side. Winning this game puts you through the winners finals, which is at minimum 3rd place.
Well, neither of these players are strangers to the EVO top 8. We saw BigD in 2015. He got 9th place just outside of Mortal Kombat X. In 2016, was able to finally seize that top 8 placement with Ermac. And of course, SonicFox, the boy.
Been here many times.
For many, many games, SonicFox has tasted victory at EVO once before. One or twice, as these things go.
Yep, starting off with the first tick going to SonicFox there with a shimmy on BigD into some optimized damage. Has built himself a bar, so now even on resources. Ooh, trying to catch him for the Molten Trap. The minion is out. SonicFox going to be content sitting here, it looks like. Has a comfortable life lead, but no, the forward 3 from BigD, the overhead. Max range, going to catch and jump.
I feel like Firestorm does have some wonderful tools for challenging the full screen game for Poison Ivy. Wow! Goes in for a raw wake up. That forward 3 just slaps him up. No bar to meter burn, so he's going to have to take the restand for what it is. Not a bad situation even without meter burn. Has to sit there and hold the escape, and unfortunately Molten Trap connects again. And there's the level 3 trait. We're going to get more utility. And now the mix-up! That is a true mix-up. It's either going to be launching overhead or low Molten Trap. SonicFox gets the 50-50.
Also doing so at a range that the low is actually quite hard to punish also. Very, very smart coming out from SonicFox. We haven't seen much of his Firestorm this tournament, but when we do see it, oh boy, is it ready and optimized. Oh, that was almost very dangerous for SonicFox. BigD going to be enhancing special move to get some nice advantage. Can't do anything with it though. I mean, that's the thing. BigD, he's finding himself with loads of advantage, but SonicFox, his patience is showing through so well. He's just not pressing buttons when he shouldn't.
SonicFox, Firestorm in many ways really is a SonicFox character. This character has amazing buttons, really good movement, the crazy ability to mix, especially when we get that level 3 trait. Second Firestorm goes blue when you get launching overheads and health regeneration. It's a fantastic piece of utility there.
Of course, there's going to be a little bit of chip damage coming through from BigD to seal the round. Even though he is down, this is definitely winnable territory. But SonicFox, you can see he does not want to get anywhere near BigD. Content playing from that full-screen game. BigD using the launch from the Vine, the drill, just to get the minion on screen so he can do this chip damage. You can see the alternating drill, minion hit, drill, minion hit. BigD, he's making sure that there is a pattern here.
Speaking of which, goes in for a spike. Doesn't quite believe in the second one, unfortunately. Could have taken the guaranteed damage for what it was. At this stage, you need to take damage as well when it's guaranteed. SonicFox gets the Molten Trap, catches BigD pressing a button. Now this is disastrous. Wonderful clash from BigD because he waited for the trait to be used first.
So this is going to use the trait for SonicFox. SonicFox is guaranteed to do some damage here, but I think BigD was content to take the damage from the clash to make sure that that trait is off the cards. Because if he guessed wrong on that trait, it actually would have been game over. BigD does not have a clash anymore now, though. So he's going to have to be very careful.
Oh, the whip punish. He was looking for that a couple of times previously in the first round, but finally able to seize it. SonicFox disrespects on Wake Up a little bit, gets tagged by the mid. Here comes the minion, having to use the escape there on the interactable. Wonderful placement.
And again, SonicFox almost got caught going for the charge there, but did manage to recover just in time. That's going to be a 2-0 lead now for SonicFox. Looking very confident moving through to potentially winners finals, unless BigD can make something happen. He's going back to character select again. He's taking some time. I think the biggest problem he's going to have here, though, is SonicFox's defense is just too good.
And that's one thing SonicFox has always been known for. As time has progressed, Fox is always known as like a crazy, crazy rushdown aggressive player. But as time has progressed, he's become so much more of a defensive powerhouse, which an INJUSTICE2 really helps you out. Now the big thing here,
they've stopped to have a bit of a chin wag, a bit of a conversation.
Yeah. Well, BigD, I think he'll just take the time. I don't know if Fox is he coaching him in the middle of the match?
I mean, he's saying something and then giggling, and then BigD is smiling.
So the thing is, mate, is that you're never going to beat me. That's what I'm saying. Haha, tee-hee.
I can tell you how to beat my character or something that my character can do mid-set because I don't care. It's not like you're going to do anything about it.
Now, if Fox gets winners finals, that's automatically going to be a higher placement than last year.
Yeah, absolutely. He is potentially one game away from outperforming himself from last year, which really goes to show just how fundamentally sound of a player he is in INJUSTICE. You know, so, SonicFox hasn't had the same level of success that we kind of were used to seeing from him over the last couple of years in their own games, but that's not mean to say that he is by any means a slouch. You know, he still has the opportunity to be a major champion and looking to try and prove that today. But BigD managing to now have the life lead for I think the first time.
Now you're always going to see BigD be super conservative when the minion's on screen, because the second Poison Ivy takes damage or gets hit, that minion will disappear. Runs into the active frames of the Molten Trap. That's out on screen for quite a while. And if you're not careful, you can get tagged into a full combo. There's the interruption. Fox with the matchup knowledge.
Of course, there's the interrupt. We saw BigD, obviously, you know, he wants to, when he can get you blocking anything, go into the whip to try and be safe, but there is a gap there. SonicFox exploiting it and taking himself to match point already, but BigD fighting his way out of the corner again, using one of his bars.
Again, being very patient, keeping that minion out, but doesn't want to get tagged. Fox disrespects. The forward 3 connects, and this should definitely be the round. It will indeed. BigD is on a lifeline, but he needs to take this round desperately to stay alive.
I mean, he can do it. It's going to be difficult, though. He doesn't have access to minion just yet. It's almost back, but of course, SonicFox sitting on that fully stocked Firestorm trait. That's what he's going to be worrying about so far, but SonicFox scouts out the approach from BigD with the environment interaction, and there's the Vortex!
With the Starfish, just to both build meter and give us that guaranteed combo ending time where we get that mix-up between in front or behind. Firestorm with so much ambiguous moves when you're stunned like that.
Still though, BigD, he's looking pretty healthy, but the problem is he doesn't have the clash anymore, and having no clash against a character like Firestorm that really wants to mix you up in situations exactly like this is very dangerous. And SonicFox now one mix-up away from taking BigD out of the winner's bracket. What's going to be? Oh, the bang!
Oh my word, he gets the insane cross-up that was not a cross-up. The teabag, both tactical and just
that was a tactical teabag if ever I've seen one. That was not a haha, look at me, I've won the game. It's you have to guess for the game here, so I'm going to disrespect the absolute hell out of you so you get a bit flustered. Because BigD, he's an emotional player, you know. I don't want to say he's automatically going to fall apart when that happens, but that's going to catch him off guard, you know. That was a tactical teabag if ever I've seen one.
Oh, this is quite an interesting matchup. It's all about the neutral with these two characters.
Yeah, this is going to be a very patient player's game right here. Blue Beetle obviously known for that kind of the amazing projectile, the shenanigans, the cancels in the air, the floating, and of course Catwoman known for just amazing range and control of the space from a lot longer range than a lot of characters can usually deal with.
Now
And there's
immediately
that sweep again.
That sweep is such an amazing button for both the speed and right there, there's an overhead as well. Beetle does kind of get that true 50-50 up close between a sweep or the overhead. The sweep definitely only hitting one time. You kind of risk calculation there, but Rewind's not afraid to condition Semiij when he has to do it.
But it's going to be a question of Rewind. He's going to want to get in. He's going to want to mix up Semiij. But Semiij is going to be able to really keep him away with the plethora of normals and options that Catwoman has. There we go. Staggering a couple of grabs back to back. Really making Rewind. Oh, there it is. That bait on the grab. Rewind expected the third one.
Now there's one thing Catwoman lands. It's plenty of grabs. We'll talk about it soon because here comes a blue Beetle B&B. And Rewind now walking into that grab. Actually surprised that he didn't go in for that kind of like full screen game. We knew the one hit was guaranteed. Now he's got the life lead. He's not going to be in blade stance. He has got one of the better projectiles in the game, and he can now use that in the strong neutral.
But the biggest thing about this projectile, right, is the recovery. He can shoot so many of them so quickly, and it really is quite a nuisance to deal with. But of course, Catwoman, one well-placed jump, even at max range, and that's going to be a full combo, so Rewind is going to have to be careful. That down 3, one of his best pokes, kind of contests with that Catwoman grounded range. And there we go, the float cancel. Here comes the background bounce, which obviously gives Blue Beetle much more damage. Yeah, of course, Blue Beetle normally having to spend 2 bars to go for the bounce cancel to get that kind of damage kind of instantly. But of course, this being a stage with that background bounce, he's definitely going to make the most of it. And an immediate clash from Semiij. And we'll be honest, this one is going extremely well for Rewind. I expected it to be a lot closer.
Well, the second you're in this situation where you have a background bounce available and you don't have to spend your meter on any of the damage, Blue Beetle builds bar for days because of just how many specials he uses.
And then all of a sudden he has to spend
block.
less of it, right? That's just an amazing situation for him to be in. I almost like to see Semiij change the stage should Rewind win this.
I feel like Beetle definitely has one of the best clash games in the game because very rarely will you actually win a wager against Blue Beetle because he always has the bar to contest it.
Okay, Semiij now getting opportunity for some damage, but Rewind wasting no time. He sees that he has the meter advantage, and he is mid-screen.
So he was able to spend 3 bars to make sure Semiij got nothing back, and then by the time he had to clash, moments afterwards, he already had 2 bars versus Semiij's, nowhere near the same.
It's been good for Rewind. Semiij really trying to get him blocking here in the neutral, just trying to switch it, build some bar, but Rewind, there's no reason for him to be antsy here. Chasing down the backdash.
I think actually expecting a backdash again. The empty jump just in case he went for a wake-up attack, but Semiij isn't going to bite. Semiij very rarely pulls the trigger on those wake-up attacks, and there comes the meter burn straight shot. Is a mid. Can't crouch that one.
Well, we are going to be seeing a lot of those sweeps as well, right? It's an amazing neutral tool for Beetle. It does go really far. It is completely safe on block, and it goes really low to the ground. It does have certain low profiling elements to it, which is ironic considering he's against a Catwoman player. But of course, Semiij going back to
How do
player
you
select.
like it, mate? How do you like it?
But going back to player select now, I kind of expect Semiij to be changing the stage, really, if anything else. We already saw just how much mileage off of that background bounce Rewind was able to get. And, Blue Beetle is one of those characters that he doesn't need to spend... Oh, they got the stage again! No way!
How about that?
They got Gotham City streets a second time! There's basically no change to the facial... expression of Semiij, so I guess he's, sometimes that's just bound to happen, but unfortunate nonetheless.
Semiij is very stone-faced whenever you watch him play, but I do think obviously taking that random roll and going straight back into Gotham City is going to definitely benefit Blue Beetle for the same reasons. Those kind of background bounces.
There's those extra layers of unlucky though, because not only is it the same stage, it's the same part of the stage. Yep. Every stage has bits you could transition to. We haven't seen it yet, but of course this is one of those. But we're going to be seeing this one again. But a very different game this time. Semiij looking to completely take the lead instantly. But every time that sweep connects, it's going to be a hard knockdown. It's going to be party time potentially for Blue Beetle if Rewind can get the mix-ups.
That's the crazy thing about Blue Beetle though, is that he has so many different ways to mix you up. If he jumps in, he can cancel it, he can go into one of his many buttons, he can go into a float and then a button, he can go into a float and then a special and then a button. It's like a million different options.
It's why Semiij is being really hesitant to anti-air. Because the second you try and anti-air Beetle, he goes for the float and background bounce incoming. Indeed. The second he goes for the jump in and he floats and you try and anti-air, you're going to get hit by a full jump in, which as we've seen can be a tremendous amount of damage for Blue Beetle. Oh, the backdash!
That was so good. Trying to poke with the shield bash, which is safe on block. But if you make it backdash, there you go, we've punished it for days. Rewind's going to be asking himself, why did I do that?
Well, for right now, at the very least, this is almost a complete opposite of what happened last time. This is practically the same kind of health. Of course, Rewind still has his clash available. Oh, clean anti-air, but Semiij committing to one too many hits there. Now Semiij, he does have access to super, so this can be unclashable hit confirmed territory into game end. There's the overhead from Rewind. There it is, that true 50-50. The overhead or the low sweep.
The one thing to be worried about is just how much bar Semiij has. Catwoman does so much meterless damage and rarely has suspender bar unless obviously you cat dash. So with that in mind, this is a complete advantage for Semiij. He has the life, he has the bar, he can wager now if he wants.
Oh, Semiij, well-placed neutral jump. Oh, wow, a very late anti-air, but still going to connect. And Semiij pulling the trigger. Meat burn back 3 for the first time.
Rewind is a big fan of like kind of just blocking the back 3 and taking the minus frames. It's not punishable, but if you're minus, he still gets a 50-50. Wait a minute, what is this comeback?
Rewind is bringing it back. Semiij, he's being very hesitant to clash. Oh, chip territory. Oh, he goes to the trait. The delayed meat burn overhead from Rewind, but Semiij with the immediate reactionary instant jump light. Those jumping light attacks having such amazing startup. A lot of carries in the game can get some good anti-airs from them, and Catwoman is one of them. There's going to be a stage change onto Slaughter Swamp we go. Obviously, no actual exchanges on this stage. There's going to be no transitions. It's just going to be as is. But 2 gadget characters, and this stage has a lot of mobility options, which you know Blue Beetle is going to be very happy about.
Definitely. I think that's why Semiij is very happy here to sort of like press the advantage. We're kind of rarely seeing Semiij sit from full screen. Sometimes you'd see him be super patient, but this is a matchup where he really has to close in the space. Otherwise, Beetle, with some good buttons, a lot of air options. Semiij understanding the matchup.
Okay, Semiij playing the lead again. That wake up is going to be very powerful. I don't believe that Catwoman can punish it.
But that right there is actually why we see Rewind poking with the shield bash. It's safe on block, and it does chase down a backdash. He had that read in the second game, but unfortunately was just a little bit too far away. But there we go, another instant jump 1. The air tech trading 2 bars for 1 on the side of Rewind and Semiij here.
Okay, much more even game now. You're seeing Semiij trying to go for those preemptive buttons, but Rewind being hesitant. You have to be very careful when you're trying to whiff punish Catwoman, because her backdash is so fast and so good.
And her whiff punish buttons are fantastic as well.
Indeed.
She'll backdash and get out of there, and then like forward 1 you for even trying to punish her. There's the overhead, wonderful block. Rewind didn't quite believe in the overhead, so he went for the safer shield bash just in case. Oh, there's the dodge! The invincible dodge to go through, a safe move, going from safe to completely punishable.
That's a sign of 2 players that play each other every single day. When you just go for a raw parry, that dodge, the invincibility off of a jump in, normally it's absolutely... It's just suicide to attempt something like that. But Semiij, 1 step ahead, which is why he is here in winner's side top 8. But it's going to be returned by Rewind now. Very even again.
It's about as even as I think we expected to see. These guys are very, very evenly matched. Rewind still poking, whiff punishing with a sweep, getting the knockdown. Goes for the raw 50-50 of the sweep or overhead there. Has gone for that a couple of times.
Well, we're seeing the sweepers consistently beating the backdash. Semiij just opting to go for wake up backdash a couple of times, and Rewind is constantly sweeping it.
But when Semiij gets hit by the sweep, it's not a huge punish, right? It's like, yes, he's confident he can block the situation afterwards, and it's not much damage either.
Ooh. With punish with just a projectile. I don't think Rewind wanted to commit to anything more. Crocodile serving a nice purpose here.
Ooh. Tries to get the whiff punish. Yeah, doesn't commit to the overhead option. Oh, so much respect. But there's the hit confirmed. Semiij finally lands a cat dash. And Catwoman, when she lands a clean opening, hits like a truck. So this could be 3-3.
I was going to say, what do you reckon's going to happen here? They do have 3 each. 2 from Semiij, just wanting to stop Rewind from getting a huge amount of life back. Of course, Semiij should hold on to a single bar now.
Yeah, 3 versus 2 means that if Semiij now opens him up, he's going to get guaranteed damage and undo that wager that we just saw. Goes in for the overhead there.
I mean, we are seeing a lot of those sweeps connect, but as soon as Blue Beetle is in your face, it is a true guess of the overhead or the low. Semiij, he is just going to have to make that read.
I feel like that's the last time we're going to see Semiij do a cat dash in the neutral. He kind of did it, I think, because he had the wager behind him. He had that safety net of like a combo breaker. Now he hasn't got that. It's going to be uncharacteristic of Semiij to make that risk again.
Forward dash from Rewind. Semiij showing a lot of respect, but there's the overhead. We're seeing Rewind is just, it's small amounts of damage constantly.
It's ambiguous jump in and then a 50-50. It's very scary. Goes in for a grab. Doesn't work out. The meter burn back 3, so you cannot air tech.
Wow. But Rewind opted not to, and Semiij dropped. Wow. And there we go. The overhead into immediate. Unclashable, but not that it was even important. I think that was just looking for the damage there, Rewind. Looking for safety, because that was going to be a safe 50-50, because of course that meter burn overhead, the meter burn forward 3 is completely safe on block, off of a guess. Even if that was blocked, Rewind would still be alive anyway. Very smart play at the end.
It's a level of calculation that both these players can do. Now, we have gone to player select. I was thinking about this. Semiij does play Poison Ivy.
He does have an Ivy, and it's very tidy.
He hovered over it for a little bit just now. He hovered over for a few seconds, but I think he's gone back to Catwoman. We'll see what he goes with. Yeah, he's gone in for Catwoman. He's betting his farm on this final character. But that was so well played from Rewind at the end there. The meter burn forward 3s and back 3s being completely unclashable and un-air techable as well, I think, as well. That's one of the big things.
Oh, wow. Deep anti-air. One of the first times we've seen Semiij go for that, but he unfortunately dropped the combo. And Rewind, look at this, just constant assault.
but he's just chipping Semiij down. Every single one of these things that Semiij is getting hit by, it is actually a mix-up. But it's not unless you commit big time, which is unsafe, it's not a very rewarding mix-up. You still get a situation, and you get a little bit of damage, but it's a level of safety. I think Rewind is keeping himself at.
Of course, every time Rewind is willing to spend 2 bars on the overhead, if it's blocked, it's completely safe. If it hits, that is so much damage. And not to mention that, obviously Blue Beetle can spend an additional bar if he wants to get even more. But now this is good for Semiij. This is the space he wants to work with. Rewind does not want to be allowed to move around freely. But Rewind going to get a very ambiguous cross-up.
And it's going to be the 4-2-3, which is a full combo, and here comes the knockdown again, trying to keep that situation. Wonderful play there for Rewind, going in for the armor interaction. More than 1 hit of armor on that one, and it's going to be match point for Noble Rewind.
That's going to be a clean interactable, and this is going to be 1 life bar away. Rewind is so close to fighting SonicFox in winners finals. That's a match we've seen him take Fox down to the wire before. He's going to want that, but so will Semiij. Semiij has taken out SonicFox also in the past. These are 2 players that are definitely going to be feeling confident in that match, and neither's going to want it to end here, but Semiij has less than 1 life bar left. Rewind's making it work. Big whiff, and an even bigger whiff punish from Noble Semiij as he's going to even things out.
Now, one thing you guys will constantly see is the fact that, look at the bottom right, Semiij always has more meter than Rewind. That's because Catwoman doesn't really spend bar. Unless she gets either a meter burn trait for plus frames or a cat dash. I'm surprised we didn't see a whiff punish there from Rewind.
She doesn't spend bar on the neutral, right? She spends bar when she gets a hit or if she's got you blocking something. If they're kind of just sitting back there, there's not a lot she can do, especially in comparison to a character like Blue Beetle.
We see a regular neutral jump too, but no button press there, knowing he's too far away. I'm surprised that didn't work out. That's unfortunate. That would have been bad news for Semiij.
Actually, Rewind got the 4-2. I actually wonder if he expected to land on the opposite side, because both those inputs were the opposite. Normally we see him going for the overhead, which is the back 2, into the overhead.
Every time we see one of these individual attacks now, it's getting so scary for Semiij. We see an opening there, cat dash. There's the clash. I think Rewind, he's going to want that full screen. Even if he takes damage here, I think he's going to be content.
But
okay,
no, Semiij. I mean, Semiij has done that a lot. Semiij is definitely very conservative. He's looking to keep bar off of Clash if he can. Rewind. This is as close as we're expecting it to be. These 2 training partners all the time, they're playing each other. The block on the low. Semiij getting a big jump in.
Could have got a lot more than that, but had already committed to the full string. No ender here. Semiij already back up. 3 bars! There's the 4-3! 1 hit's going to do it. Can Semiij clutch this one out?
He does have 4 bars. He has resources. No anti-air. Rewind. He has to be so careful now. Rewind is 1 hit away, and there it is, the double down 1 in a row. And Rewind, by the skin of his teeth, is going to be moving on to winners finals against Echo Fox, SonicFox. Semiij, unfortunately, sent down to the losers bracket. Use that, and he will win with it. Now, but it's actually going to be what?
Now, this is what I was kind of waiting to see. We know that Biohazard has got a cheater. The thing is, we've seen a couple of things here. Tweedy has very recently lost to cheater in tournaments. Biohazard won the Anality, which was the previous Premier event, with cheater against Hayatei. So this is a matchup, I have no doubt, they have never played against each other before.
No, this will be the first time these guys have played it, 100%. Last time we saw Tweedy and Bio, this Dr. Fate really did seem to be a problem for Bio. Bio known for that Bane and also Starfire and Harley Quinn. And Dr. Fate, or at least Tweedy's Dr. Fate, has given them problems in the past. But Cheetah, this is a new attempt from Biohazard.
And I'm not surprised we see this, because, Biohazard's characters, he kind of struggles in the matchup Bane versus Starfire or Dr. Fate for obvious reasons. It's not an amazing matchup for Bane. And of course, he's not going to want to mirror Tweedy. He wants to have this kind of ace in the hole, which Cheetah might be, but unfortunately, that back 2, incredibly active. Tweedy gets a clean anti-air, and the first round does go to him.
He's got a lot of life left as well, this Tweedy. So he definitely has a safety net and a half. Oh, the interactable though. Doesn't quite connect. Biohazard has a lot of bar, and with Cheetah, that's a lot of damage potentially to sweep.
Now that meter burn 4-3 is going to be such a key tool here because, Dr. Fate, he has amazing keep away, one of the best zoners in the game, but he has got a quite weak 1-hit wake up. You can blow through that easily with armor, and here comes the Cheetah damage. Almost does the health bar like that.
Wow. 1 combo and he's practically even things out, but that's what Tweedy wants.
Oh wow, what a read.
Yeah, great backdash from Bio. Goes straight into the orb before the damage is done, but the wake up from seemingly max range. Biohazard still fighting back and evening things out.
Now, Tweedy has actually posted on social media that he does think that zoners against Cheetah have to work infinitely harder than she does. He said something similar to, I have to keep her out and do loads of work. She hits me with 1 leap and I'm dead.
And that's exactly what we just saw. But we know that Biohazard, he has a very clean, it's not the trickiest cheater in the world, but it's very effective, right? He doesn't really mess around. He takes his damage where he can, and that wake up completely beaten out by Bio.
But it's 2-2. If Biohazard wants to here, he can make sure that Tweedy gets no health back, and 1 clean leap into 1 more bar built might take this game here.
He has trades as well. No bar.
He waited for the release! He reacted to the orb summon, and he leaps the second the release took place. Oh no, no air to air. I think Tweedy tried to instant jump on that.
Maybe. Max range finds the interruption. Oh, in the instant! The trickiness from Biohazard going to be taking game number 1 off of being down a lot at the start.
And that goes to show, as cheater, you gotta be so patient. But as this forced a character switch, has he gone straight to Starfire? He has! It's gonna be Starfire versus cheater right here.
Oh, Tweedy, the headphones have come off. He wants to hear it. He wants to feel the energy. We know he's the kind of player he really thrives on this kind of setting. And normally Biohazard is as well, but it looks like Tweedy, at the very least, looking to try this one with Starfire, as that was an amazing turnaround from Biohazard.
Now, whereas Dr. Fate is pretty much entirely keep away, Starfire does have immense chip damage, mostly comes from that trait, and she's got some wonderful buttons up close. That Tamaranian charge, I wonder how that's going to fare versus the Leap.
And there is that back two. That's the, when we just saw Starfire, she throws the sparks into the air. That's an amazing way of just occupying the space immediately above her. And we know that Cheetah is the kind of character that really thrives on being there. So we're going to see a lot of that from Tweedy. Oh, instant cross-up, but a good block from Tweedy. Into the patience, but oh wow, the wake-up completely connects.
Yep, Cheetah's forward 3 is immensely plus on block. You have to respect a lot of things. Tries to backdash in anticipation of something you can interrupt, but nope. Plus has come through. And Tweedy now with Biohazard's back to the wall. I can see why he's changed character, because she has more options on wake-up. She has more options in the neutral for covering airborne opponents as well. Oh no. Wow.
Yes, it's actually a huge connection there for Tweedy. A chunk of damage just by itself immediately.
All right, so Bio, he spent a lot of time building bar, no opportunity to spend it, so it does mean he gets a little bit of life back. Unfortunately, Tweedy is doing such an amazing job with his keep away game. Here comes the trait. Cheetah's trait giving her massive damage, but the back 2 into back 3. Clean anti-air.
Yeah, this game is all Tweedy so far. We saw Bio make a comeback before, but this one is infinitely less in his favor. Tries to confirm, but no, doesn't get to, but still safe. And an instant jump, heavy from Tweedy. It's going to do a ton of damage, but another wake up from Biohazard. Very little to lose now, as he is so low on life, and there immediately from Tweedy. And I think a huge part of that game came the fact that Tweedy was he had the life lead the whole time. He was always in charge, which means that he was always able to safely react to things, right? There was no pressure there. It was, I have the life lead, let me just calm down, keep them to myself, and I'll be able to win this one.
Now, this is the first time today we're going to see one of those kind of like patented INJUSTICE2 counterpick wars. They have characters between them that can beat each other. Now, that little pop-off there from Tweedy is the fact that we've just seen Bio go for Starfire. He's opted to take the mirror instead of Bane versus Starfire. He much prefers this matchup, and Tweedy saying, come on!
Well, Tweedy has said before, he is confident against Starfire players. Tweedy, he is the premier Starfire player, but also is very confident, about how he feels in this matchup. And this is the perfect opportunity for him to prove that, as he takes a massive life lead from Biohazard already. Wow, this is incredibly one-sided.
And prove that he certainly is. Tweedy kind of saying to Biohazard, this character pick was a mistake, my friend. You should have gone with your Bane instead.
Okay, that's a good trade for Tweedy. His projectile connecting first, which means he actually didn't take the damage at all. And now a commanding lead for Tweedy. The orb from full screen gets closer, closer. Actually connects, and a full combo. Mega damage, though. I'll be honest.
Hey, man, it did no damage, but it was sick. Here comes the orb, establishing the presence, trying to force Biohazard to move, and move he has. Tries to armor through the back 3, but there's so much startup. The down 1 happily recovers. There's the interruption, but Biohazard has so much work left to go.
Oh, wow, but of course, considering this is one of those INJUSTICE2 mirror matches, right? Between two very projectile-heavy characters, when one has a huge life lead and you can't afford to trade, I mean, projectiles, they don't clash, right? It's going to be so much harder to make a comeback in this situation. Biohazard really has to play around this. But Tweedy, he is just controlling things so effortlessly, and a last-minute cross-up on the neutral jump, and that's looking like it's going to be the game, as there is no bar from Biohazard to go for the air attack, and that is going to be a very one-sided game.
Very comfortable with that win is Tweedy. You can't really see it in his body language, but he's relieved that he was able to show this mirror is not the matchup. I think this could be the time Bio goes back to Bane, and he's going to bet the farm probably on the character that he started his whole journey with.
The thing is, even if he goes Bane here and is able to take out Starfire, I was going to say, even if he goes to Bane and takes out Starfire, that's going to give Tweedy the option to go back to Dr. Fate, which he has historically struggled with. But it's going to be... We haven't actually seen Biohazard's Black Manta in a very long time.
Yep, for those that haven't obviously seen the character select, it is going to be Black Manta he's changed to. Black Manta does know a thing or two about guaranteed chip as well, but he has to get in to do it. That's the thing. He's still going to get zoned out by Starfire, but there we go. The jump 3, the forward 2-1. They're really good buttons in this matchup.
I think that's going to be a huge thing in this matchup, though, isn't it? We're already seeing Tweedy go to so many of those anti-air attempts. We just saw the heavy already just get straight through. There's 1 bar spent. Biohazard able to get more damage.
Back 2-2 is a wonderful low that you can confirm very easily. All right, the plus frames on the 4-3-3. The back 1-1 would have armor broke if he was just a bit closer, but the first back one whiffs, giving Tweedy match point.
Ton of damage. Tweedy, he doesn't have a huge life lead, but it is a life lead nonetheless. 1 life bar away from moving on this loser's bracket, eliminating Biohazard from another tournament.
They have played many times in tournament, and it has always been Tweedy that's getting the better of Biohazard every time. You'd think maybe this would be the time to change, but the Starfire has just been an eternal thorn in his side.
Still, though, it is a lead, but it's slowly creeping away from Tweedy, and that's an easy whiff punish from Biohazard. He is 1 life bar away from tying things up. This is one of those make or break life bars. If Bio can do this, or even the set, if Tweedy can do it, he'll move on, but he stands up into the grappling hook. Takes a lot of damage for his troubles.
Grappling hook is a good option to check them with. The thing is, it does reverse positioning. Mid-screen, it's not really a big deal. But sometimes we might not see Biohazard have that as an option. Whiffs the air harpoon and is completely punishable. And now he's in the corner. The secret low that you very rarely see them go with. Here's the confirm into flight, and there's the clash.
Okay, this is going to be an early clash in the life bar for Tweedy, but you know he's going to be happy with it, even if they trade here, but not going to. Biohazard saving the bar for another time. Oh.
Yeah, so watch out. I do believe trait was a punish right there. Oh, no. 3 projectiles, you know. Biohazard did not want to eat, walks into a trait, and now it's desperation. The punish comes through, not giving Bio the chance to clash. That was such a good decision from Tweedy. And for another time, that Tamaranian charge seals the deal. 3-1, and Tweedy is going to advance in the bracket.
And that's begin. Okay, here we go. Losers bracket action for another time. We just saw Biohazard get eliminated by Tweedy. Who of these 2 players is going to be the next to fall?
Now that
leap, full screen low.
That leap is going to be such a key element to this matchup because obviously jump-ins are always overheads in this game. However, that leap can cancel into a low ground pound. That obviously opens up a mix-up between overhead or low that when he's jumping in, you just in some ways have to guess.
You just saw SylverRye trying to interrupt the swoop, was unfortunately not quite able to. Now, you know the swoop is going to be quite a pain for SylverRye here. Hellboy, you know, he's very difficult to deal with characters in neutral, but he's a big character. And Robin against big characters has a lot of opportunity to really mix you up and block. But there it is. You know, that's actually going to be a big part of the matchup, you know, whiffing attacks to make the swoop miss. We saw SylverRye do it there. I've no doubt we'll see that again soon.
Hellboy is a weird character that just commands matchup knowledge. Now, we didn't see a back 3 there. Normally, it's forward 3 we see him go for, but the forward 3 off that link is quite tight.
Okay, so that right there is going to be something we're going to be seeing a lot of. Hellboy, he actually has, you know, these bigger characters like Grodd, Hellboy, they actually have pretty short legs. So some combos are actually a lot harder to time on them, like once you've got the juggle. And unfortunately, we're seeing Hayatei falling victim to that already. The attempt on the armor to anti-air from SylverRye didn't quite connect.
The leap makes it very scary for Hayatei to approach. And there we go, leap into a ground pound again. If you're not going to get hit by this block, mate, if you're going to stand up, I'm going to take that ground pound all day, every day. Actually pretty unsafe, but it's so risky to block low against someone that's jumping in at you.
There's that full screen game, SylverRye definitely going to be having the upper hand here. That revolver, such a deceivingly powerful projectile. And Robin's only real option is the trait, which obviously does have a bit of wind-up time to it. And will lose clean to the revolver.
That's just going to be a straight-up combo breaker from Hayatei. He got no health back, but was able to somewhat get resources out of SylverRye. But as long as he sits full screen and he contests with obviously the straight shot, meter build from the leap, and blocked buttons, he's always going to have that meter advantage on this character.
Okay, so SylverRye still in the lead. Does have some cases behind him to throw. Ooh.
Hellboy's buttons are so good. And he must have just bet so much on the low leap coming forward. The second he finally blocks low, the overhead hits him in the face.
Okay, this is a great situation for SylverRye to be in. Hayatei trying to get some buttons, but SylverRye being patient here. Ooh, attempted trip guard from Hayatei, but not quite able to get it. And a max range uppercut.
We did not see Hayatei pull the trigger on a down 2 until he knew he was too far away. Can't combo off that overhead punch right there, but here comes Hayatei. Might be a comeback on our hands. The block on the cross-up. That is matchup knowledge through and through right there.
Incredible block from SylverRye, and the delay wake-up also. He knows what he's doing, and that's going to be the first game. SylverRye, I would say, showing a lot of matchup knowledge there. A lot of delay wake-ups, a lot of clutch blocks on those last-minute cross-ups. Very ambiguous stuff coming out from Hayatei, but SylverRye not falling victim to any of it.
Both of these players are no stranger to the online grind. You know, whenever you're in part of the group chats or you see them post on Twitter or whatever they use, it's always, who's trying to play? And it's always Hayatei and SylverRye saying, hey man, let's jump on, let's play a few games. That's the grind right there. That's how important it is to make sure you're constantly staying on form. The online for this game is really solid too. You know, there's not much lag at all, especially if you live close together. You can get one.
I would say the netcode for this game is incredible.
It's why these two players both come from online. It's how they made their reputations back in the day.
I mean, all the players we're seeing be successful in this top 8 right now, they are all very avid online players and always have been. You know, they're very, very strong advocates for that method of training. But it's going to be the Rock of Eternity now as we move on to a new stage. You can already see one of the statues has been used. One of those matchups between power character or gadget character. So they're going to be getting very different things from these environments.
Now that those might be wondering why is Hellboy, what happens when he trades up? He has 3 options. He can go for a revive if he dies, and he can obviously come back with a little bit of extra health. He can give himself extra damage, or he can give himself like a Doomsday Injustice 1 armor, where he can kind of soak through some attacks.
It's almost like pseudo armor, right? Where it really makes it harder for you to get opened up in any fashion.
It's not armor, but it's absorption.
Yeah, indeed. But a much better start now for Hayatei. Oh, wow. Armor beats armor. Big read on the defense.
Delayed wake up.
Hayatei.
Yeah, it makes the first hit whiff, but we're still going to get the rest of the string, and there should be guaranteed chip from this point on. Hayatei doesn't want to overextend. Taking a little bit of damage, and here comes the revival. Knowing now that if SylverRye goes down, he can give himself some extra health.
Looks like he got just on the end. Is he still up?
I believe it was the different one, my bad. He might have gone for armor, the damage, because he had the interactables, etc., etc.
For the first time, we actually see that, and a full confirm. Robin getting a ton of damage off that background bounce. Robin, he does a lot of damage on the best of days, least alone when he's got a background bounce behind him.
That's why I think if SylverRye loses this match, he's going to go for a stage change. Hellboy does not need background bounces to do massive damage, but Robin will welcome that in open arms.
I mean, even then, Robin doesn't need it, but he definitely likes it.
I would say it benefits him a little bit more than Hellboy. Speaking of which, there's the background bounce, and I'm not quite sure what happened there, to be completely honest.
It's because Hellboy, his back three makes him move so far forward. I mean, SylverRye, he knew that would happen. He was 100% ready for the confirm. Got so much damage coming through from Hayatei. Oh, what an actual amazing capitalization.
Hayatei's been doing that combo all weekend, and it never ceases to just make you go, oh, that's despicably good.
Okay, it is going to be a restart match. Even though the background bounce isn't something amazing for Hellboy traditionally, he actually does still get a statue on the right-hand side. He gets the gargoyles in the middle. So it's definitely not a terrible stage for him at the same time.
But SylverRye is immediately going back into that mix-up of the ground pound. That was the button that just made him so dangerous in that first game. And it was when he got, the leap was an answer for anyway. But it's Hayatei, I think, content taking the regular ground pounds, but probably worried about the meter burn ones, because they do so much more damage. Oh, there's the delay. At any moment, he could just pull the trigger on the leap. That's why he got hit by the charge right there.
Hayatei attempted to wake up in the Assassin Strike to get through. Oh, you can see Hayatei really trying to get through, keep SylverRye on the back foot, even though he has the trait popped. As long as he can keep himself free from taking damage.
It takes Hellboy a while to build his trait back. That's the thing. Hayatei, he's going to wait the trait out, and then when it's down, that's going to be his opportunity to go in. The plus frames being respected from SylverRye, the mix-up between sweep or overhead from Robin. The sweep obviously not landing a full combo, but still dangerous because it gives him a situation. Similar to Blue Beetle in that respect. Okay, here we go. Trait popped again. Doesn't last for that long. Oh my god, he took so much damage.
I said before, Hayatei, Robin being one of those characters that really can air tear effectively, and that's why, wow, armor beats armor, but Hayatei recovers first, and he is going to be taking out the life bar.
That was an exchange. That was an exchange and a half. But if armor connects at the exact same time, they're both going to blow through it. There's the background bounce. Okay, full combo. Saving it for the air tech. Letting the trait go down a little bit first.
Oh, wow.
You can convert off that, but it's very, very tight. Oh,
wow,
what a confirm.
We've seen Hayatei do that many a time. If he sees you jump and he's throwing the Birdarang, he's going to be forward dashing, following up, and the second he sees it actually connect with you, you'll be seeing a full combo.
That's because the uppercut is so quick. It's like, what, 6 frames or something crazy? It is immensely fast for a special move. Oh. I actually like that. Instead of backdashing, he's going for the instant back jump. That optimization, just go back a little bit faster. More execution heavy, yeah, but he plays Hellboy, who cares? He knows how to do it.
There it is. Crouching light. SylverRye going to come through, interrupt. So still a good game for SylverRye, potentially. He just needs a nice opportunity to do some damage, get that life lead back, but Hayatei is not making it easy. Hayatei really has slowed this one down, to be honest. Oh, there we go. Trip guard. Big boy damage coming out from Robin now. Set up.
Wake up, meter burn back 3. It's not going to work out. Detonation comes through. It's going to be trait for trait right now. Those straight shots, very, very good, but not much damage at this point in time. SylverRye needs a little bit more than that. And he has kind of stopped going for those ground pounds again. Whenever he goes for the ground pounds, they almost always work. But I feel like he's just not willing to take the risk. And because of that, Hayatei gets a 2-1. One game away from eliminating SylverRye at this point.
Now, what happens here? He has gone back to player select. I don't think it really is a stage. I think at this point, it's just a matter of time. Really here, I feel like we say this all the time, but it never stops being apparent. When you are at this level of competition, this is EVO top 8 losers side. If SylverRye loses this next game, that's it. He's eliminated. His EVO journey for the year is over. And he was so happy about making this top 8. He does not want it to end here. Take as much time as you need, figure it out, and see what you can do.
I do wonder if we're going to see him dedicate more to those leaps, like genuinely, because he's playing the matchup so well, and that instant back leap, I really love it. Tries to anti-air with the anti-air shot. Unfortunately, Hayatei was just too deep on that interaction bounce. SylverRye taking the first chunk of damage. All right, Atlantis has quite a few of these projectiles that definitely benefit power characters.
The problem
also
is they are
mobility.
one-time use, right?
Yep.
And now they're already gone. So all that remains is a background bounce, which, as we've established, is a lot better for Hayatei, traditionally speaking.
Well, fortunately, it does mean that the mobility that Robin would otherwise get from those is now gone. Tries to back three, but it misses. There's the whiff punish. Hayatei looking so clean right now.
Okay, the air tech,
Oh, the
but gets
read!
caught! Wow!
That was so sick. If you're a Robin player, though, you're going to be familiar with people trying to air take, and you're going to get that knowledge.
Hey, if there's a Robin players watching right now, I hope you've got a notepad. Take those notes, jot it down, and see if you can replicate that next time.
Oh, my word. That could have been a clean connection, but SylverRye just didn't believe in it, I don't think.
Yeah, SylverRye shaking his head. He knows this one's slipping away from him.
Okay.
Oh, catches the jump out, but doesn't commit. Oh, the low is blocked and punished.
Finally goes for the low, and the block comes through. Hayatei. What a read. All right. Watch out for the release. Meatburn back three. It was because he knew the release would happen, but he can't get the punish. It recovers too quickly.
Yeah, preemptive upshot from SylverRye, but Hayatei, he has no reason to ever do anything unsafe at this point. The shoulder coming through from SylverRye. He needs to fight this one back. Wow! Moments away from the uphead connecting. The sweep is going to win first.
What an anti-air air grab. Definitely the fastest anti-air grab in the entire game. Put it to good use. Launches on Meterburn. But SylverRye, he has so much more to go. I don't think that was intentional. I think that was a mistake of an air grab. He didn't want it. And Hayatei is moments away, lands the grab, and takes SylverRye out of the tournament.
Hayatei with a pop-off, and justly deserved. You know, he's going to be happy with that one, moving through in the looser side.
But I think they've had plenty of time to adjust, and it could definitely go either way. The change is going to be Dr. Fate this time, different matchup. And there's the forward two glyph punish into a full combo because of the red stuff.
Okay, but there's the dodge from Semiij, but
so
Tweedy
good.
again. I actually love Tweedy's use of that, those preemptive normals, those preemptive buttons, just to fill the space. So if Semiij dares press anything, he's going to get launched, and that's going to be full screen city for Tweedy again.
Clean whiff punish though, can't whiff that forward two. You know forward two is one of the best mids in the game with Dr. Fate. Still whiff punishable, and Catwoman will just check that all day, every day. There's the back two, incredibly active, so it catches the launch. Not a huge amount of damage, but it's more about just controlling the space. And the second the orb's on screen, it's going to be Ank Central, Air Tech. Don't quite get the down forward one, but damage is damage.
He doesn't get the maximum out, but still some at least to keep the life lead going. Okay, and again, yes,
so
Tweedy is
clean.
getting so much out of that button.
And I think that's why we've seen this matchup be picked. And he wants to kind of have that, the back two is such a thorn in Catwoman's side, I think.
Oh,
wow.
Tweedy, yep, he went for the forward two. He tried to whiff punish. It was a little bit late and ended up losing damage himself for it. That's Semiij, good block from Tweedy in the cross-up into a throw. Tweedy definitely not ready for that.
Now the down back two, really, really good wake-up attack. Safer on block, you know, it's definitely not super, super punishable. All right, there's the release. Excellent choice. Spending a second bar just to get the launch. That was a great decision from Tweedy, actually. Reacting to the jump in with the pause, and he does it again, 2 times in a row.
Yeah, Semiij saved the clash before, but now he's going to use it. Wanted to save it when he's a little bit lower on health. Still has a massive meter advantage, so going to be guaranteed some life back. Maybe taking the one bar. We said before, Semiij, he's very conservative with clashes. He doesn't want to spend everything all the time.
Oh, that was so sick, but it's not enough. Goes for the release just in case he goes for the Ank, but he goes for the string instead. And every ounce of damage Tweedy did there was consolation damage. He was going to lose eventually, but how much damage he did before that, that was the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you have like effectively less than like 1% of health left. You want to just do as much as you can before you inevitably lose that little bit of life. And Tweedy now with a massive lead. Semiij with the knowledge, he's neutral jumping the Anks because he knows that's the answer through it.
He also knows that at close range, the straight laser with Dr. Fate goes underneath. Gets a couple of Anks, and that's actually not good news because even though they do 1% each, with 9% of health left, Semiij can't get hit by a single one of those anymore, and the forward two lands successfully. Tweedy gets the first game.
Yep, game number 1 going in the way of Tweedy. This change in the matchup definitely working out for him. I think that really works too. Tweedy, he very much thrives on those drier characters, right? He spent the first year playing Superman and was very spacing heavy. You know, really thrived on that full screen game. And now fast forward the clocks to the year after, and now look at his team. It's Starfire, it's Dr. Fate. These characters that really do just excel at frustrating you.
Fortress of Solitude, though. The background bounce for Dr. Fate. That's the important thing. He's going to get damage without needing to be in red trait.
Well, that's the weird thing, right? Dr. Fate traditionally doesn't really open you up on the ground. The majority of his damage comes from just special moves or projectiles. That being said, obviously he does get some damage off of the forward 2, you know, being the fact that you can whiff punish with it. So if he's got 2 bars, can obviously launch. But now with the background bounce, does not need to do that.
You can focus a lot of saving resources too. And the second Dr. gets bar, obviously he gets, you know, safer options, more damage, especially if you know, meter burn his straight laser in the trait mode.
Oh, wow.
Instant jump 1, and yeah, there's the back 3. And this is going to be very close to the round.
What an answer. You said before, he just forward dashed alongside his orb and an instant jump light to get that air to air. Tweedy is just playing one step ahead right now, and Semiij has to catch up. He is so down on life.
So comfortable in this matchup. So comfortable indeed. All right, there's the release. Building the Yanks. They do launch on hit when he's in trait, so that's why Semiij is watching out.
That could be a max range. Some damage for Semiij. He has Tweedy cornered now. This is where he needs to keep him. Oh,
Challenges
wow.
the plus frames. Actually surprised Tweedy did that.
Well, basically cost him his entire lead. That's probably enough damage. Take the life bar, not quite.
Oh
wow.
my god, it was so active! Oh my god, again.
Yeah, the sad thing about that is that Semiij jumped back to 100% bait that. And he just too close.
All right, he's not going to make the same mistake twice. We're going to respect the plus frames now.
Oh, empty jump from Tweedy. Smart, realizing he wasn't in range.
Spacing, though, is the key. That was such a good reactionary dodge as well. But they're both very, very comfortable in this matchup. Another anti-air whiffs the interaction. Oh my god, what is going on?
Again, we haven't seen Tweedy get as much out of that button this time here. The range just hasn't been there for him, but still ready and waiting. There's a launch. They're going into that orb. He doesn't want to even do anything. No unclashable. Doesn't want to risk it at all.
By the way, guys, to micromanage those Ang summons and drops combined with the rest of your specials, very, very execution heavy.
I mean, Dr. Fate is a tricky character to play, right? Yeah, he's keep away, but that doesn't mean he's easy to use.
Oh my god!
Oh, the air tech. Semiij, but the legs clipping the orb from above, and Semiij shaking his head. He knows he's not happy about that one, but that's just the way it goes sometimes, as Tweedy knows exactly how to play this matchup.
But if you're 1 hit away from death, and if you stay on the ground, you get hit by the straight projectile and get chipped. If you jump, you might jump over the laser, and then you might get punished. It was really an all-or-nothing situation. Semiij couldn't afford to sit there, and it would have been a hard read to do nothing.
Well, you know that Tweedy's going to be happy with this regardless, and obviously not just because the obvious thing that he's now winning, right? But the fact that last time these guys fought in tournament at CEO and Grand Finals, it was incredibly one-sided.
It was dominant, man.
It was a dominant match.
Defeat.
And going to be going back to Fortress of Solitude, but honestly, I don't think that's a bad stage for Semiij. I don't think I don't think he really cared about swapping it. I think he just wanted some time. He is 1 game away from being eliminated against the opponent that last time they fought was incredibly one-sided. But Tweedy, he's made the adjustment.
Oh my
he's
God.
here to play. He's going to get the first hit and the first file for a character like Dr. Fate. That is incredible. Oh wow,
So
look at
much.
that
It's
damage.
because it started from a jump in 3. You get so much damage from those heavies. Here comes the corner conversion. A knockdown again. The delayed wake up from Semiij finally pulls the trigger on a wake up attack. That is the first time we've seen a wake up all tournament.
Indeed, but Tweedy, he's going to corner himself in the process, so he did all that work to get Semiij in the corner, all that space behind him, but that one jump in, I actually feel like Tweedy maybe was feeling himself a little bit too much, as now he is cornered, and that life bar has been completely evened out. Tweedy went from a demanding lead to now Semiij has completely stolen this one back.
And now he can chip if he wants. He's got his trait, and he spends it. Increased chip damage, and he tries to go in for the forward 2, just in case he caught Semiij pressing a button. And that was basically 0 to 100 right there.
Yeah, it's using most of his trait, but he has some left, stopping the orb, just trying to even things out here. It's ran out.
With punish on the interaction.
Wow.
Oh, it's so active!
Literally saw Semiij's eyes just pop wide open. He was not expecting it to be that active.
It almost disappeared and he got hit. I think that's why Semiij was so surprised, but that's why it's one of the best buttons in the game. Match point for Tweedy just here. Catches another full combo, and here comes the zoning once more.
Oh, wow, the cat dash. So close to connecting, but so far, Tweedy, this is still match point for him. Semiij can definitely bring this back. We saw the comeback he made in the first life bar, but he's going to have to do so again if Tweedy can just keep chipping him down like this. Oh, a little bit too slow from Tweedy.
And you're noticing at jump 2 range, Tweedy is not trying to anti-air with forward 2. He knows he's going to eat that jump 2 and he can't risk it. There's the wake up, sending them full screen. Can he knock him into the orb? Increased chip damage. And he's got so much bar as well. This is Tweedy's game to win, 100%.
And at this life, it's going to be so hard to ever clash anything. Tweedy is just going to be one special move at a time. This could be the opening that Semiij needs, though. No, he drops the combo at the end. Still trying to press buttons.
And now it's do or die. Doesn't meter burn. Doesn't want the plus frames. Tries to get the guaranteed chip. Needs so much more. The plus on block 4-3 doesn't allow him to clash.
there's the wake up was his only answer. It worked, and there it is, the down one. And Tweedy is going to be moving on over Semiij 3-0, talking to the crowd. Let him hear as he moves through even further in loser side of this bracket. He is on a tear right now. Buttons from Hayatei will be swiftly whiff punished by BigD.
Okay, so immediately summoning the minion. We're going to see a little bit more real estate to summon that minion for Poison Ivy because Robin, his projectile is quite slow and very telegraphed, which is going to give a lot of that damage that, I mean, no clean hit is connected. Hayatei, that was all chip.
Okay, so BigD's walked himself back to the corner, and then when your back is to the wall, that's where Swoop really becomes a nightmare to block against.
Wow, that forward 3 just... I mean, that's an Ivy forward 3 right there.
I just wonder if BigD was opted to go for a grab there and just hesitated at the last minute. And just as I said, one bad drill, one mistimed special, and that's going to be a full jump in. Manages to attack out though. Hayatei not ready to punish it. It's quite surprising.
Patience from Hayatei. Summons the minion. Just can't quite get in there. He tried to kind of catch him to make it disappear, but just a little bit too slow.
This way, once the minion point blank right in his face, Hayatei forced to respect it. Okay. Way in, good blocks.
Yep, that is that mid. I wonder if Robin's jump 3 is even gonna... Can it even possibly lose to Ivy down 2? It's so slow. There's the confirm.
Oh,
doesn't get
miss.
the combo! That could have been so much damage!
That's the second drop already though from BigD. Even though this is game 1, you know, if there's one time to drop and maybe not get punished too hard for it, it's probably now. That's a full... Actually, a full combo, yeah, wow.
He is 100% dead right there. That's it.
So Hayatei caught getting... Ricky tries to interrupt the gap before. We've seen that before. Where obviously you go for the whip on block in any fashion. There's usually a gap you can get in between.
Good block from BigD. Able to get out the batarang. Doesn't quite connect. Ah, gets clipped. Wake up attack. Wow. That's a new move right there. She didn't have that last year. Patience.
So it's just menacing. So menacing when Hayatei throws that trait and then forward dashes alongside it. Like there, he's just looking for what you're going to do. Reactionary stands up in reaction to the overhead, but BigD getting the launch and the clash immediately coming out from Hayatei. This could be some guaranteed life regeneration, and BigD can't do anything about it.
That's one of those clashes that you kind of say, never again. You know, yeah, you got me good, but I'm going to pop this and make it, you know, undo that work. Let's reset that. Okay, and obviously that mode means she doesn't take chip damage anymore. Good choice from BigD.
When you have as little health left as BigD does, anytime you can reduce damage is going to be great. And I love the way BigD, he confirms into that one because he builds more bar first. So situations like that, he only just built the bar to get the meter burn on the grab, to get the extension, and just how much damage he was able to do has given him an amazing lead.
Now, we didn't see BigD go for the trait there on the knockdown because he was basically one hit away from death. Even if you summon trait, you're going to have to hold block. You know, right there. He accepts the fact that he's going to have to block something. Couldn't afford to do that in the first round.
Not a great trade for BigD to lose the trait. We're only got one hit, but this might be something.
Didn't see a full combo. Hayatei, he's made crazy comebacks before. There's the push block, and now the trait's active. Watch out for the plus frames. That forward 3, incredibly plus on block, and he gets caught by the release. This has to be guaranteed chip, and it will be. BigD comfortably taking game number 1.
But that's where it's going to come down to one of those grounded matches I said before, right? Both Robin and Ivy are known for the incredibly long range on the ground. But in those kind of situations when you are chip damage away, Robin can't afford to be outside of that. Because outside of the footsie range, drill beats anything that he can do, especially if chip damage is all he needs.
So if you're Hayatei, what do you do in this situation? So we're going to rematch. We're going straight back into Gorilla City, but... Okay, there's the
Wait, that crossed up!
Yes, it did.
That crossed up from max range. Hayatei with the cheapness from the gate opener. BigD again finds himself back to the wall again. The minion is out.
Oh my word. Here comes the minion. Oh my god, what's going on?
That's good blocks. Oh, until the very end, the multi-hitting overhead from BigD, the Poison Ivy.
That is such the flash jump in. Those jump ins, every single one of those jump ins is overhead as well. Having to block like 2 or 3 times, otherwise you're going to eat dirt for it. Hayatei having a much better start now, using the hard knockdown of the interactable. And I mean, that is a straight up mix up. He gets a hard knockdown, throw the low launcher, and then it's now a low or overhead, both of which combo.
Well, that's the change, right? Normally against Robin, his strongest buttons, they're overheads. He doesn't really have any lows, unless he's got the red trait. That in itself is, and the combo from full screen. How about that, Hayatei? He's got a few tricks of his own, it seems. The minion is out, though. There's a BigD's chance, but no! It loses completely.
All right, we push block. Push block into meter burn roll. Quite a popular escape mechanism for those kind of keep away characters. He's going to get a good situation here. Full combo. No bar, though, but he will build the trait just in time. No!
Unless he drops the combo, which has given him an assassin strike. Hayatei managing to get a full combo. This is going to be set up territory again. No, he just goes to the corner positioning. He wants the screen behind him.
All right.
Oh, the minion's out again.
Yep, gets the flip. It's going to make him have to hold all of this. tries to take a little bit of chip when he can, push block to undo the damage. But this is definitely Hayatei's game, I think. This should very much be a 1-1 if he plays his cards right.
I feel like BigD, like it really comes down to minion. That's how he's going to get the majority of the damage back. And again, one of those galactic jump-ins. We said right at the start of the series, the drill is going to be such a game changer from full screen, but one bad timing on the drill, and it's going to be a jump-in to full Robin damage. And that is not what BigD can afford to take right now.
Oh my word! Anti-air spike. I mean, as cool as it is, he's got so much work left to go. Staggers the back. Unfortunately, it's not enough, and this very much should be the game. They Wake Up's going to at least get him out, but it's not enough. There's going to be 1-1. Do we straight restart match here?
No, player select.
Okay, cool.
I think, I mean, BigD, he is the kind of guy that will really take his time, you know? Like, he's been around at tournaments for years and years. You know, his history in competitive NetherRealm dates all the way back to Mortal Kombat 9, 2011. He has been with us for like 7 years now.
For those that are as old school as we are, I suppose, BigD had a breakout performance. I believe it was a final round, I think. The tournament fails me, but it was Nightwolf, MK9, low-tier hero.
It's been a long journey.
Had an upset against CD Jr., who was one of the best players in the world. And that was where BigD created his legacy.
And that's already almost 7 years ago. So fast forward the clock, how long he's been playing now, he's going to understand really, you know, the nuances to playing competitively. Take the time where you can, think about it appropriately. And Hayatei is no slouch of an opponent himself. But it's going to be Fortress of Solitude again, so the background bounce is there. And 2 gadget characters, so the unblockables aren't going to be quite as threatening here.
All right, we're going to go knockdown. No, we want damage. Let's cash out, get somewhat of a lead first. BigD had a wonderful game number 1, and now we have the whiff punish going into the meter burn.
And it's going to be background bounce also, so that's going to be some heavy damage coming his way.
Back
so
three.
Yep, indeed. What's going to be the ender? Yep, just a knockdown into minion summon, and he backs up. He wants the space.
Okay, now, something he has to respect. But the patience, understanding that Hayatei, he's not afraid to go for that flip. He's going to challenge it. Now the minions disappeared, but he got a respectable amount of chip in the process. Now he has that full screen game. Has to watch out, Hayatei, the jump in 3. Wonderful range on that. There's the forward 3, scouted out.
It's crazy just how far you have to be ready for that overhead block for Hayatei. Again, almost got the jump in on the drill this time, but not quite. A little bit late. Hayatei not quite as confident that he was going to catch it this time. But there we go. Yep, Catcum trying to move after it on block. That is advantage, and BigD will make him pay.
But he knows that Hayatei is going to be so respectful in the neutral. BigD can very comfortably just check in with those forward 3s. Because it's Hayatei, he's not going to jump, he's not going to challenge, he's going to sit there and block. Oh my word!
Max range! That was the absolute tip of the footsie range for Robin and Hayatei ready. And one of those setups again, the overhead coming through. But the threat, you know, getting opened up by the overhead because that red trait is underneath you. That is a low.
I think he tried to anti-air that, but he couldn't do a meter burn back 3 because he didn't have the health to absorb it. Obviously, armor, you can absorb hits, but you still take the damage. Oh my word, there it is. Good knockdown. Optimization station.
Minion, okay, that's good for BigD now. Here's the alternating. This is what he needs. It's going to be drill, minion, drill, minion. Look at the meter build. And the bark, BigD. Wow, catches him jumping out. And that's going to be an immediate clash. That's going to undo the bark, and that's going to get Hayatei away from the damage. But BigD, he does have a lot of bar.
Yep, he's going to go 2-2. And now with 1 bar left to go, BigD, if he lands a hit now, can definitely hurt Hayatei. But he's got to watch out. There's the cross-up. No bar to full combo. Has actually put Hayatei in the corner. And he lands it again just to get out of dodge. That was such a good decision to escape the corner right there.
Yeah, BigD, he has straight ready to go, but Hayatei's not going to let him do it. But there we go. There's a big meter burn back 3. Hayatei will spend 2 bars, save himself from some more damage. BigD, he's looking for the space. He wants to get the minion out, but Hayatei, he is dancing with death right now. Look at the rate.
Chasing him down. Now we're going to sit there and hold the confirm. Full combo. We have a bar to confirm this now. Do we go trait or do we cash out? All right, background bounce. Here we go.
Probably send him full screen into trait again.
Back 3, knockdown into trait, and this should definitely be BigD's game. Unless Hayatei does an amazing move right now.
He's going to have to thread the needle. He's going to have to thread the needle to avoid any of this damage.
Oh,
2 of those 3 hits came from the trait.
That was clean gameplay.
Poison Ivy, man. This is why so many people...
How is BigD so sick? He's not been practicing this game at all.
He has. I don't believe that for a second. I'm gonna go on record and say that the I don't even play this game does not apply if you made top 8.
Is that a hot take? I think they're just saying it just in case. And then if they make it, it's like, man, I'm sick. I'm so good. I got top 8, I didn't even play. Yuck.
I mean, he's going to know that he is one game away from moving on. You know, eliminating Hayatei, one of the best players in the community. Hayatei is one of those players that you can never count him out. He is always a threat, and BigD, out of nowhere, behind-the-scenes training sessions, has found himself this far, one game away, but Hayatei definitely more than capable of bringing this to a game 5.
It almost seems so poetic to me that these guys have shared a top 8 at EVO together before in 2016. It's almost fitting that now in 2018, they meet again.
Oh, look at the alternating BigD looking at so much block. But Hayatei, it's just the patience. BigD spinning one of the bars that he just built.
Slight back walk. That was a slight back walk, expecting him to disrespect, but he didn't. But we still get the instant anti-air jump in 1. That was just not an anti-air technique that we saw last year. As the meta has progressed, obviously we see a lot more. Knowing Hayatei's going to sit there and respect. There's the uppercut, full combo, and the forward 3 evens that damage out more than happily.
Knocked down to neutral jump, but BigD spinning his only bar for the push block. Wants no part of Hayatei in his face when you can see the trait is there.
There we go.
He attempts to walk back, but Hayatei not pressing anything. BigD not going to be getting him just now. Hayatei finding it. Wow, did that miss completely?
I have no idea how it did, but it did. Back 3. We're going to get a background bounce now?
No, not at all.
We just want the trait. Good call, good call.
The trait right in front of him too. This is one of those really bad situations that the trait is on one side of you and Ivy is on the other. Whoa! Look at the range, look how far that little guy had to come.
I mean, he put in the distance and he was able to get the job done with the forward 3. Oh, BigD's on match point. This is clean gameplay right here.
Absolute perfection on the spacing there from BigD. Poison Ivy master as the minion comes out again. Uh-oh, alternating.
Just like the trait, if he takes damage, the Batarang disappears. This is best case scenario for BigD now.
Look at the amount of damage that Hayatei's lost. He's barely been hit by any actual attacks this time. This is almost completely chip damage thanks to that minion. Oh no!
Oh, the reads. BigD just making all the right decisions. The plus frames of the forward 3. Hayatei, somewhat of a panic button. He's challenging a forward 3 plus frames. Oh my god! Unclashable, and here's the minion! This could be game over!
He tries to get through, but the minion keeps him honest. Oh, and again, almost combos, but opts not to. Wants to keep it unclashable, the minion again. Oh, no! But the big jump in Hayatei, this is a real master comeback.
A wise man once said that only a real master can come back from this. The patience on the back 3. BigD, a little bit too eager, doesn't allow the clash! This has to be game over! And the Thorn carpet comes through! BigD moving on in the loser's bracket.
The Thorns, that's the first time we've even seen that special all top 8, and it is used right at the perfect moment where it does just enough damage. I mean, that's not the first time we've seen a move like that do the final blow in a set in another own game.
Dare I call it a Fox finish?
I mean, Thorns, Caltrops, whatever you want to call them, it serves its purpose, and BigD saving it for the absolute last minute. I mean, all the time.
I think he must have a lot of confidence that this character is going to be the right choice, but Red Hood versus Black Adam, what is this? 2017? What's going on? This is a matchup we don't see anymore.
Of course, Red Hood, one of SonicFox's main characters. We haven't really seen it too much this tournament, but of course, he's going to have certain situations where the situation definitely calls for it. Of course, we have to remember the winner of this is going to make it through to grand finals on the winner's side, and that's something that SonicFox has seen before, but not in Injustice 2. And Rewind, you know he wants that.
If Rewind can pull off this big win and get Grand Finals winner's side, it's going to be such an incredible story for him. Such a young player. It's just a journey over these 2 years. But there's the release on the mine. Full combo background bounce into a nice amount of starting damage.
As we're seeing SonicFox do that already. That's 2 of those mines he's just meter burned straight away just to make sure he gets Rewind. Because normally you see the mine and use that opportunity to go in. If he meter burns it and explodes, obviously you're going to get fully launched for your troubles. But Rewind making a huge damage here.
Oh, wow. That was so clean as well. 500 straight. The wake-up lethal lunge, taking away SonicFox's final bar. The meter burn roll through the interactable. That was such a good read from Rewind.
Rewind really calling out the interactable. He knew SonicFox was going to jump up and throw that drone, so we saw the meter burn roll just completely go through. Rewind already willing to play at that next level if he can. Wow, what a tricky setup into that dive kick. You don't even know what side that hit.
Now he gets hit by the overhead. Obviously that trait for Red Hood can go low, overhead or command grab. There is a built-in mix-up right there.
I was actually very surprised that Rewind was able to survive the lethal lunge, the gunshots. Normally, obviously, you have to remember, between last year and now, Red Hood has received a few nerfs here and there. One of the things was the chip damage on lethal lunge is definitely not what it used to be, but still, it's very dangerous.
It's still safe on block. That's the thing, the big thing about the lethal lunge is still a safe move. The down one, just take the forward one, taking those plus frames into a grab, good choice. And the down one again, just to check, just in case he meter burn rolled.
Another roll from Rewind. SonicFox tried to scout it out, but nothing committed.
I actually think if Rewind got that dive kick that he tried to do the instant air version of, that would have actually caught SonicFox's button press. Content sitting there blocking. Instant jump. Wow, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen that dive kick set up from Rewind. That instant just whiffing a normal in the air, making it miss into a very ambiguous dive kick, and SonicFox has fallen for it twice now.
1 bar spent, knowing Rewind is going to save his. But now the clash has been used. If Rewind can catch a clean opening now with Trait, he can actually kill him here.
I mean, it is Black Adam. He's got 2 bars. He gets 1 chance here. Oh, the overhead connects! Into the retreat. Chip damage. Rewind spinning a bar there. Clean jump in. SonicFox showing patience. The Trait again. And a 3 for 3! Rewind is making it work, but doesn't have enough damage. But the wake up! Rewind 1 step ahead again. That setup is really just getting to SonicFox right now. That's 3 times it's worked.
But with Red Hood, it's always a mix-up between back jump or forward jump when it comes to his wake-up lunge. And if he'd have gone for the wake-up forward lunge, I think he actually would have made the dive kick whiff, but it felt like almost a 50-50 at that point. Oh, the whiff punish, clean.
Yep. Easy stuff for SonicFox. No way that was going to work into corner repositioning. Now it's actually a turn of the tide. It's going to be Red Hood with that corner pressure. Red Hood still with one of the absolute best corner games in this game.
Rewind nervous to down 2 anti-air that. Even though Black Adam's down 2 is absolutely one of the best anti-airs in the game, Red Hood's airborne gunshots, they can sort of change his jump arc a little bit and punish you for trying to anti-air him.
Very one-sided game so far, and there it is. The low mine is the overhead shots. SonicFox just putting on a complete showcase of Red Hood corner pressure right now. Rewind forced to clash, and look at the life difference. This is going to be tough for Rewind to bring this back.
I mean, you can see why Rewind played such a slow-paced game in game number 1, because the second Red Hood gets going, you lose your life so quickly. And, you know, SonicFox, he is the best Red Hood in the business, like, without a shadow of a doubt. Rewind is not going to challenge that. He doesn't want to be put in the corner. Here comes the Trait. Take the knockdown into full screen again. It's exactly where SonicFox wants to be now. He's got the life lead.
Jump back from Rewind, but recovers in time. The SonicFox and Rewind so behind. There's an opportunity for some damage, but an air tech SonicFox, he's been holding onto that bar.
There's the command grab. Oh.
Yeah, this is going to be tough for Rewind. You see him trying to find some space, but SonicFox is just denying it. Red Hood, he's using that really fast walk speed.
Okay. Nice catch. That down 2 mine. The classic anti-air. Doesn't whiff punish the back 3 though, and we just kind of get the opportunity to do the exact same theme again. Thank you very much for that.
He's got a bar too, does SonicFox, avoiding that chip. Yeah, that's going to be tough. And that's going to be an easy game for SonicFox. What an adjustment. We saw Rewind before. He got a lot of the damage off of kind of corner pressure, having SonicFox back to the ball. No space to really set up that full screen game, and of course, giving him access to those tricky dive kick setups. But the second game, SonicFox just did not let him do the same thing. He had Rewind in the corner for most of it, and whenever he was not there, he was at no means really in a risky situation himself.
Okay, so Red, he's gone in for a stage change, so we're not going to get the same thing we saw before. We'll have to wait and see what the stage was. Okay, Red Sun Prison.
But historically, the start, especially when you're player 1 next to that engine, you have to watch out. One of Rewind was kind of calling out the interactable. You normally see gadget characters immediately go for the bomb plant on it. That's SonicFox getting caught out anyway.
I feel like with these two, it's always down to who gets the better start. Whoever seems to land the first hit generally tends to take the game, and there we go, forward 1-2, guarantees into the Trait for more damage. And just the optimization from Black Adam. This character never stops doing big boy damage, that's for sure.
Oh wow, the very delayed throw from SonicFox into corner positioning. Immediately from Rewind, he knows he cannot afford to have his back here for long. And there it is, the lightning hands. Rewind taking the first life bar of this next game, looking in much better form than last time.
It was a good choice too, knowing that there was no way SonicFox could actually pressure with anything meaty. He was going to eat those lightning hands guaranteed. Speaking of which, forward 1-2 into Trait again. And there's the repositioning, trying to put his back to the wall. Doesn't get the ender.
I mean, dropped combo, so but yeah, exactly. Yeah. The kind of character that you drop the end, but you still have done hundreds upon hundreds of damage. And again, SonicFox defending, but all the chip, the plus frames just don't end. Rewind, staggering his game perfectly. Oh. Never SonicFox's turn.
He's challenging it again. Plus frames on the forward 3. Fox is not going to bite, but how much chip are you prepared to take, young SonicFox?
Wow, apparently not enough, as Rewind has him here again. The wake up down 1, SonicFox finally challenging. But look at the work he has to do. 20 points of health, if that. That's like 2%, and a swift punch right to the jaw from point blank. And that's going to do it. Rewind 1 game away. This is fighting for grand finals winner's side. Minimum second place and the safety net of winners.
Now, there are a couple of plus frame situations there where normally when Black Adam is plus, he'll kind of take it down 1. You block the down 1 into lightning hands. He's now minus. It's now your turn. Fox was just waiting so constantly right there for his turn to press a button, and Rewind just made the right micro read. We've now had a character change. It's going to be Firestorm as SonicFox's lifeline in this winner's finals.
Okay, Firestorm is the character that SonicFox is willing to bet his winner's side life on.
The thing is, Rewind plays this character.
Indeed. Oh, and that's an easy punish, recognizing SonicFox did not have the bar to enhance the Molten Trap. There was no way Rewind was not going to punish that, and SonicFox is back to the wall. Immediate! Waking up with the charge.
Very brave to do the Trailblazer against Black Adam. That forward one is such an amazing punisher. A 7-frame advancing high. It's a very good button, especially when you've got trait and you can confirm super easily. There's the block pressure, and
again.
shades of the previous game might be rearing their head. The block and the Molten Trap. He's familiar, but what was that punish?
I actually wonder if Rewind wasn't expecting to punish and kind of just wanted the plus frames from it, perhaps.
Maybe.
Oh, with punish. Easy stuff for Rewind as he's taking the life bar. Match point. 1 life away. Actually making grand finals winner side.
This would be a wonderful result for Rewind. Minimum 2nd place, grand finals winner's side, ultimate safety net, and a shot at winning EVO. Are you kidding me?
After so many majors of trying, this is the one to do it. Absolutely, as Rewind has a commanding lead, but this is SonicFox we're talking about. You can never count him out as he gets the point-blank low into level 3 trait, the health regeneration. It begins the mix-up with the block from Rewind, but he does not guess the side he lands on, and that's going to be evened out straight away by SonicFox. Chip damage is more than enough. And a lot of meter built and that health regeneration the entire time.
That's the thing, the entire sequence generated a lot of health, but the read on the back 3! Rewind gets the jump of his life! And the air tech comes through, knowing he's going to press the button. The down 2 shuts it down immediately.
Oh, the drop
back
combo! You cannot drop a combo against SonicFox. No, you cannot. But SonicFox isn't able to punish him too much. Look at the damage! Rewind keeping him blocking, but the damage coming out from nowhere. All Rewind needs to do...
What a read!
Wow. Wow. SonicFox with just a point-blank neutral jump. The call-out. SonicFox is finding his way back into this game, but it's going to be tough for sure.
But if one person can pull it off, it's going to be the boy, the golden boy of NetherRealm. The Fox gets the Molten Trap. Here's the full combo. Fox still has his own wager. Not that he might not have the chance to use it.
Oh, Rewind, he does have trait now, and at that life, SonicFox is going to have to be careful. You block anything, trait is going to be dangerous. He knows it. The neutral jump. There's the anti-air, and there is the clash, but he has no choice but to take damage.
Rewind has so much bar. He is 100% going to hurt. He's going to go 2 bars. Fox saves his. Does he go in for a Molten Trap? Does he bet the farm? This could be game over. Oh my word! The trait comes through, and Rewind walks into grand finals of EVO 2018. Oh,
what a result. What a result for Rewind. He has tried major after major to do exactly this. Not only has he finally been able to defeat SonicFox in this setting.
Top 4, EVO 2018. Poison Ivy this far in the bracket. Who saw that coming?
Tweedy with the classic start.
And that is going to be one of the stories here. She has such fast projectiles. I'm not really sure Poison Ivy is going to really have the real estate to actually get anything going.
Post off the background bounce. Yes, he is. Back 3, used a lot of these hits earlier on, but BigD ready for the confirm. He has the minion out, and now can safely get out before. Oh, but walks straight into Starfire's beam, and that's going to be the minion gone already.
And if you trade Spike for Cluster, the Cluster is really, really plus, but you very rarely see an interactable get armor broken. Poison Ivy has other words for that. The whip on the back 2!
I actually love the back 2 from Tweedy, though, going for those sparks, because that was a call-out. I think he expected BigD to perhaps jump in there, using his advantage, but did not. And this is what BigD wants. Tweedy's back to the wall. He has a lot of bar. Let's go for a beat of roll if he needs to.
This projectile trade, though, it's not going to be in BigD's favor, because if he sits there and blocks waiting for his turn, they hit for so long, he actually won't have the guaranteed, projectiles on screen. There's the charge. Down ones come through. Tamaranian charge, meter burn, completely safe on block. Comes with a bit of a mix-up what they do afterwards.
Tweedy definitely seems to be one of the stronger players in those kind of like down 1 wars. When you know that both players are kind of looking for the advantage of the down 1, they're going to be trying to trade out so you can get it first. Tweedy does tend to come off a lot better in those situations.
Out for the interaction. Tweedy actually taking, he's taking a bit more damage than BigD is here, just kind of letting the minion do the work.
And he actually took about 5 shots from the minion there, trying to stop BigD doing anything, unfortunately. He actually ate quite a lot of damage in the process. Oh, big overhead with a last minute block from Tweedy. Tamaranian charge.
Yeah, Starfire, her charge moves her out of danger so quickly. You can actually use the charge to challenge plus frames, and that's why we saw Tweedy go for it there.
Now to remember, Tweedy, we've actually seen BigD get a lot of mileage out of the enhanced special to get those plus frames, but the Tamaranian charge is a great way of answering those.
Oh, gets the meter roll! This could be the opening, a full combo! And he had to use the clash there. He's going to win this clash, but this is a great situation for BigD.
Clash just brought a ton of damage too. The minion projectile pushed her into the air, and BigD moved in for an actual follow-up. He still has the Bark armor. The Bark, provided he can activate it, is going to be huge in this matchup. We've already seen how much damage Starfire wants to get off of Chip. Obviously, Poison Ivy, one of the few characters in the game that can deny that option.
Super close. Meter burn roll comes through. Tweedy pressing buttons there, maybe expecting a backdash, maybe trying to challenge it. Here's the minion. This is do or die for Poison Ivy.
Oh, but this is the sequence, the alternating between. We've seen minion, drill, minion again, but the neutral jump from Tweedy to avoid it completely.
But BigD, he's still down on health. He can't walk into a single trait. The V-burn roll, does it work? Get the down 2, the unclashable back 3, the 4-3 misses.
But there's the Tamarine in charge again, the back dash from Tweedy. V-burn again, the down 2 works again.
Oh my
BigD, always one step ahead with one of the slowest uppercuts in the game, yet it works every time.
I remember when everyone saw that and everyone's like, man, that looks like the worst down 2 in the game. I think we can agree now that it is very good.
At the very least, it's not that bad. How about that? How about we agree on some middle ground? BigD absolutely playing out of his mind this weekend as he jumps clean over the Sparks and Tweedy now. The bar karma.
Knowing he can't get a full combo without bar there, so he takes the victory where he can get it. Gets the down 2 again. Really expecting Tweedy to go in, and there's the back 2. That's why he throws them out, just in case BigD jumps, because when he gets a jump in, the rewards are so insane. Down 1 comes through. All right, there's the spike. Takes it again, Tweedy. Really expecting a trait call, and that's why he ate a couple of those spikes right there.
Oh wow, wonderfully spaced. We have to remember, every time Tweedy throws that grenade, you know, the sparks from a distance, there are a handful of distances he can throw them, and they're actually very small. Like, it really takes a lot of reading on your part to understand, you know, are they going to roll through, are they going to jump, are they going to forward dash? Takes a lot of knowledge and patience to be able to get that. But wow, meterless.
I just love watching that hit in the neutral like that. It's just so satisfying. Now, BigD still has quite a lot of work to do. He's taking massive amounts of chip on the way in. The down 1 is his, so he's going to get plus frames. 1 bar spent from Tweedy on the back 3, but he has plenty more where that came from.
Oh, there's the jump in though. BigD's going to win the air to air and Tweedy with an immediate clash. This is less for health regeneration as much as it is just to push BigD back to full screen.
We're going to have a safe position here. His back is not against the wall anymore, and obviously when he's cornered, that's really where BigD's going to make this comeback. If he can open up Tweedy right now in the corner, this could be where he wins! There's the forward 3. No air tech. Drops the combo as well. Could be vital. And the gap interruption.
We saw Tweedy reel back in his chair the moment that forward 3 hit. He was definitely not ready for that. The wave punish. No, he opts to go for the trait instead. But the throw. Big read from Tweedy. And it's going to get rid of the minion.
Very brave. He knows the second the minion is summoned, it doesn't fire immediately. You actually have got some vital, like a second to press a button. And that time is going to be good for Tweedy. The grab really was what started that entire sequence.
Yep, indeed. But that's the kind of read that you need to do here, right? Like, you can't just sit there and let an Ivy player safely summon a minion. Even if, like, it might be seen as dangerous or like a big risk to go in and just throw point blank, you need to show the Ivy player that you're not just going to let her summon it for free. Because the second you can, that's where you see chip damage, meter build, and almost out of nowhere, the game could just escape from you. But of course, no meter to enhance that charge to make it safe, and BigD ready to punish.
It's unfortunate for BigD that he dropped that corner combo. You know, he's kind of like that nod of, I understand what went wrong here. The big read coming out from Tweedy, and the INJUSTICE2 forward 3 reaction says hello.
The 2013 tech still working well. Nice and strong in 2018 is BigD. Gonna get a meatless combo here. Oh, swaggy finish.
That's such a cool looking string. But again, challenging plus frames with the charge. She can do that.
Absolutely. Especially someone like Ivy that really thrives on those plus frames. BigD, is he going to need the bar? No, he won't. Slap her to the face! And Tweedy loses the first life bar of this next game. A lot of life left for BigD also.
About half the trait left to go, so he's going to get 1 burst of massive chip, but then he's going to have to wait for it to come back. Just walking him in the corner. Taking the spike. Good knockdown. Almost gets the magical jump in. Back 3, anti-air attempt, takes the plus frames. Tweedy, this defensive powerhouse, and the 4-3, the best clash BigD could have asked for because he hasn't even lost his first life bar yet.
That's a really good situation for BigD. Tweedy forced to use it. He's going to get some health back though, granted. Woo! There's plus frames again, but Tweedy showing patience, but there we go. 4-3 of his own. Tweedy starting to really contest at that range now, and there's the chip damage. Max range. Tweedy doing as much damage as he can. The thing is, we have to remember, Tweedy not having a clash is going to mean that Ivy, who clearly does a lot of damage if you get the right opportunity, is now not going to have to worry about that.
BigD might not use his meter burn roll now. Obviously, he used it, but has now lost a bar. And there's the read from Tweedy. Can he whiff punish? He can indeed. That's going to be the background bounce into a full combo. Wonderful use of the air tech. So smart.
BigD actually getting a little bit too ambitious with the 4-3 that time, and Tweedy's going to get the whiff punish. And we're evened out again, but the minion is up.
Here we go. Jumping out.
Oh, wow.
Good choice.
Yeah, wonderful use of the armor there on the interactable from Tweedy. BigD slowly but surely starting to run out of life here, and Tweedy getting to unclashable territory where he's not going to have to worry about it. Oh no, get him again, but no, didn't get the corner confirm, and also corners himself in the process. This is not a good turnaround.
I feel like BigD had already dedicated into the jump in, expecting it to be blocked. He was not ready for Tweedy to try and jump out of that. Tweedy just being hella patient.
Oh, he was ready. Tweedy was ready. But there we go. The tech from BigD. If he'd committed to that, even fight with the B-Bun back 3 is good. Tweedy does not have the bar. There it is. The extension.
Wait, can he kill? Surely this is death. Oh my word, BigD with the comeback. It's now 2-1, Mustard.
That was a "Are you not entertained?" if ever I've seen one from BigD, the gladiator of EVO 2018. 2-1 now over Tweedy.
We're going to get a knockdown into a guaranteed trait. Oh no, we don't get the knockdown at all. Okay, get off me. Okay, multiple jumps. It's going to build lots of bar. Oh, and he presses buttons. Wake up, flip.
But no commitment though. BigD definitely wasn't confident that was going to punish.
Okay, BigD needs to keep Tweedy here. Jumps into the clusters. Has to block the interactable. What a wonderful positioning there for Tweedy. He's now been able to fight his way back out.
That's what Tweedy needs. BigD opting for Griffin, otherwise beat him rolls. We've seen him get so much out of them. 4-3 Tweedy. Again, disrespecting the plus frames, but he does have the meter to do so. And again, that's 2 bars gone now.
That's definitely not the first time at all we've seen the Tamarain in charge. The galactic jump in from BigD.
I've never seen someone jump so cleanly through the sparkles before in my life.
All right, we get it down 1. A little bit of chip, but the entire full screen used. Maybe expects a charge, but no charge at all. This is so even. Even if BigD loses this life bar, one spike's going to do it. They trade 1 bar for nothing. That's unfortunate.
That's a really good trade for Tweedy. BigD lost some lost bar there, and Tweedy obviously taking the first life bar too. Recovered in time. Wow. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know about that. I feel like it's very good for BigD to get rid of the life bars. Now he's obviously on match point, but he did have to use a very valuable resource in his trait to do so.
Oh, a little bit hesitant on the anti-air. Tweedy not getting caught. The back 2 just in case we see a neutral jump into a jump. The forward 2 collides with the forward 3.
Another instant clash from Tweedy, seeing that BigD has no bar, so no reason not to do this. It's going to push BigD back to full screen, and Tweedy opts to hold on to the meter.
You have to watch out for the trait. Tweedy locked and loaded.
But not anymore. It's going to be a while before that regenerates. Starfire trait, as powerful as it is, does take a little time to come back.
It's very smart of BigD to actually wait for the trait to be out before he summons his minion. He knows he can get it off in time.
But Tweedy's walked himself to the corner and there's no more interactable there. BigD's got a bar. Oh, there it is! Preemptive anti-air from Tweedy. BigD's going to fall for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
What a read. Goes in for the low. This should be game. It's going to be very hard for him to come back in the down 1 hair flip. Goes in for the wake up just in case. And now we're down to a 2-2.
That's going to be a game 5. BigD, there was a smile on his face. It's now turned into just a very stern gaze as he realizes that 1 game is all that separates him between losers finals and here. And of course for Tweedy, you know Tweedy, the kind of player he is, he's going to want that match versus SonicFox. He's going to want to be able to take him on in a tournament setting.
I must say, I'm surprised when Tweedy lost, he didn't try and change the stage. That background bounce has been such a key factor of him losing the 2 matches he's lost.
But at the same time, he's a power character on a stage with unblockables either side.
True, very true. I guess it's almost like he's taking the trade-off of giving Ivy the mid-screen presence to have those unblockables that he can use to his advantage.
He's going to build the bar here, and he's going to use it, most likely. There we go.
Okay, we're going to get a knockdown again. Here comes the rapid punches. Slap plus frames. Challenging.
Yeah, Tweedy disrespected, but BigD only got a down 1 for them. No bar. Challenged interactable this time. In fact, Tweedy used half of his bar to do not a lot of damage out of that beam. That's not terrible for BigD.
Yeah, he's not going to be too worried about it. Oh my god, this is so even. Wow, calling the trait at jump distance, you madman!
But it worked. And Tweedy has no choice but to sit here and respect as BigD's trying to build some resources. Walks into a projectile, but built a bar for himself beforehand. There's again Tweedy, desperately trying to keep the distance, but BigD so close to getting that jump in. Presses a button and Tweedy calls it out with the air tech to keep himself out.
I think he expected the cluster, but we just had a raw trait. Tweedy with the answer and the interruption. Very fast down 1 on Starfire, and that's match point for Noble Tweedy.
Yeah, Tweedy, he has less than half a life bar in this first one, but still a good lead nonetheless. Rolls straight into a projectile as BigD. It's a punish, but only a down 1. BigD very starved of resources here. Has not had the bar that he needs to do the damage.
And he tries to interrupt with the clusters. If they trade, Starfire gets a combo. And now this really is panic button for BigD. Not in a good situation anymore. Tweedy, oh, the forward 3 whiffs. And it's given Tweedy all of the screen to work with.
And Tweedy, he's going to be backing up. No reason for him to come in close. Goes to the close sparks. Doesn't matter. Gets hit by one of the minion things. You see him just trying to space out. Does not want to give BigD any opportunity at all to do anything with the trait. But he will jump up at a bad time. And a slap to the face is going to put BigD on match point also. But look at the life difference. That's the big kicker here.
I think the minion did allow actually BigD to get that opening. I think Tweedy actually tried to do the charge off that block, which he normally would have done. Oh, there's the hair whip. Not good, because now he's full screen.
Jump through, but Tweedy ready. Push block. BigD can no longer afford to give him any chip damage with the grab. This might be it. Another push block.
Oh, this has to be game over. He jumps into the orb, and with a hard-fought match, Noble Tweedy moves on in top 8. Speaking of which, feed me a Starfire mirror, because that's what we're about to see in Losers Finals of EVO 2018. Let's go.
Okay, so this is actually the character that SonicFox used to qualify for top 8 against Biohazard, and it was 3-0. And we know that SonicFox, whilst he hasn't used Starfire much in tournament, he definitely has been getting ready with this character. You know, he has been playing her a lot in casuals against his training partners online, and has been saying a lot, you know, man, this character is crazy. And here he is. He's the kind of player that will absolutely be able to make it work. But Tweedy is the most confident against Starfire players than I've seen anyone. Like, he's always talking about how much he feels amazing in this matchup.
Well, the thing is that Tweedy is the best Starfire. You know, it doesn't matter how much experience you have with this character. If you try and mirror him, you are choosing to mirror match the best player with the character in a mirror match that he has said publicly he is very comfortable with. Okay, here's the full combo from SonicFox. Forward 3, long range on that forward 3, so he's going to be able to get the confirm. Wonderful block on that cross-up jump 3, but he's able to escape with the hair flip.
That's the worst kind of block, the one that results in you actually getting cornered for it. Tweedy's going to make him pay big time.
That was actually a really good choice for Fox to do forward 2-3, because normally when they're in the corner, they always do the grab ender to reverse the positioning. That's why Tweedy got hit by that.
Oh, the patience immediately. The second SonicFox has plus frames, Tamaranian charge. Tweedy straight away with the challenge.
Oh, wow. Disrespects, and now he cannot clash, and he cannot air tech. That's what happens when you give Tweedy the mirror match.
This.
Wow. I wish I could have known what he said there. I wish I could have known.
I mean, he just annihilated the mirror. That's what he wanted. He said before, you know, give it to me. Challenge me in the mirror, pick Starfire against me, see how that goes. And what we saw was just an incredibly one-sided game.
If Tweedy wins again, he's going to issue that challenge. Why are you picking this character? I am the master of this character.
But you said before about the confidence. Tweedy, he doesn't care who he fights against. That's a mid-set pop-off. That was one game. He won game 1 and is jumping out of his chair like, come on, let's go.
It kind of shows just how much beating SonicFox means to this guy. Like, he does not want to lose. Not this late in the tournament, but a full combo into a back 3. SonicFox is going to get good damage here. And we use the trait as well, just for a little bit. I like how SonicFox didn't spend the whole lot, because he wants the chip now. And he wouldn't get the chip without the trait being full.
SonicFox having a much better start this time. There's the backdash, the spacing. Oh, we saw SonicFox gave him a bit of the evil eye in the corner there.
You guys didn't see that, but there was a definite smirk there from SonicFox for the idea.
Yeah, tech though, SonicFox keeping himself safe, really savouring this first life bar. I feel like the first life bar is so important in any zone and mirror match. Your life is the ultimate resource, because you're going to be trading a lot, you know, projectile for projectile, especially in this kind of specific matchup, Starfire. So any piece of health you can keep hold of is going to be helping you in the long run.
My God.
Tweedy. Look at the bar, he's building the orb.
Guarantees the chip. SonicFox getting punished for walking forwards. There's the projectile into the chip. Tries to down 3. Maybe he tries to trip guard. Or that could have been a down back 3 attempt, actually, which was more likely.
Really good trade for Tweedy. He took more damage in the trade, but that was a heavy resource.
Tamaranian charge, disrespecting the frame. SonicFox trying to use it in the neutral. Not a good idea. Oh my word, he catches it again. The down back 3 wake up. The clash. 100% Tweedy is winning this one.
So 2 bars for 2 bars. I mean, surely SonicFox can't afford to spend everything here. No, he spends nothing. Tweedy. And holds 1 for a rainy day, so he still has resources if he needs them. SonicFox has a trade, but it's going to be so hard for him to find the time to use it.
And Tweedy is not going to be shy of building that resource back. The hair flip is unsafe, so here comes the Tamaranian charge into respectable damage. Delayed wake up to deny, but he tries to combo off the cluster trade.
I think he went for an optimal trade combo, but was just not close enough, and Tweedy gets the point blank throw.
Oh my word, he dashes into it. And there he goes.
Oh, he's doing it.
He's saying, pick someone else.
He's literally saying,
someone else.
Pick someone else. Pick a different character, because this will not work. But what does SonicFox do? Does he do as he is told and pick someone else, or did he stick with it?
I think if it's do or die, and if it's you lose this game, I can't.
No one has ever disrespected SonicFox like this in a tournament, in this community.
No one has ever been with a 2-0 lead. He's pointing in SonicFox's face and saying, pick someone else now. You are not beating me. But Black Manta, this is a character that Fox used a lot at the start of this year. Before IPS, Black Manta was a character that, like many characters, SonicFox invented this guy.
He did indeed. But whatever he picks, it's going to have to be someone that can deal with both Dr. Fate and Starfire. And it's got to be someone that he's confident winning 3 games back-to-back. The safety net is completely gone for SonicFox. This is loser's bracket, and he's down 2-0 back against the wall, against someone that is the most confident at beating him that I think we have ever seen, especially at an EVO.
Fox there was a bit of a nervous laugh there from Fox, but the Rock of Eternity, really good for Black Manta, actually. Manta's combo potential when he gets that background bounce.
I definitely wouldn't say it's a nervous laugh. I feel like it's more of that's kind of just his general demeanor, right? But even in this situation, I feel like this is a very a unique opportunity for Tweedy to really.
What a whip punish! There's the back 1-1. Nice combo there from the float into the 2 jump 3s. But a meter burn interruption. This is such a good game for Tweedy.
Oh wow. The wake up down one from SonicFox, realizing wake up. Oh, the punish! I mean, we have to remember, just because this is the first time we've seen his Black Manta doesn't mean it's not ready. He was, and probably still could be, the best Black Manta in the biz.
We cancel the float into a full combo, and Fox has Tweedy right where he wants him.
Half a life bar as well. This is great. And there's the interactable gone.
Now that's one thing Starfire does actually have to worry about the teleport, you know. Black Manta's teleport leads to a full combo, but it's going to put the pressure on thick for SonicFox to really press that button.
SonicFox, he has no meter advantage, but big jump in into a full combo. Huge damage coming out. Ending it early, there's a setup. And Tweedy.
Black Manta's jump 3 is so plus as well.
Oh wow, big hit. No confirm from Fox. He is going to throw him towards the corner.
Normally that forward 2-1 goes into a full combo. There's the back 1-2, ending it in the overhead splat.
Oh, wow! Tweedy's just use of the sparks have been absolutely insane, and Tweedy,
I mean, Starfire,
low here.
Her wake-up game is significantly better than Black Manta's. Black Manta's wake-up game is not very good, but the airborne missiles. Hello. He's like, yeah, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Oh, hang on, did he go Fate now?
Oh, he does. He's gone straight away from Starfire. Maybe that was it. Maybe this was Tweedy's plan.
Pick someone else so I can pick Dr. Fate.
But I will say, Tweedy, I mean, obviously, like, that kind of interruption to his momentum is going to hurt for him, for sure, but he still is 2-1 up. Yeah, and his Dr. Fate has been clean in this top 8 so far.
And it's not like Black Manta isn't popular and competitive. This is a matchup Tweedy's going to be more than familiar with. Very, very popular
You can't play this game as much as Tweedy plays it and not be ready for almost every matchup, especially characters like this that are very powerful that you know you're going to have to fight.
But very similar to what Starfire can do. Black Manta, his Manta Ray does incredible chip. Compare it to Starfire, compare it to Aquaman. That meter burn Ray there does massive chip and is safe on block.
And SonicFox, you see these again, now it's more of a kind of point-blank, neutral-heavy, kind of footsie game. SonicFox is coming off better here. Obviously, Black Manta, much better built for that, but Tweedy, Dr. Fate, has the screen distance again. He's got some of the trait left, not much. The last special he gets, the orb, also.
The safe push. I'm not sure that sweep was intentional, but the trip guard there from SonicFox, we get down 1 into the Ray, and this character change proving incredibly fruitful. Bets everything on the teleport. I mean, a smart read, worth taking, but didn't work out.
I mean, Dr. Fate's not going to have the heaviest punish damage on that kind of thing, so it's not the kind of thing he has to be too careful of. But that's going to be a full punish on the air tech, and Tweedy brings himself to match point again. 1 life bar away from eliminating SonicFox here, but he doesn't have any bar to work with or trait.
I feel like the Dr. Fate pick has definitely been a lot more beneficial. The back 2 cancels it straight into Glyph, just in case it didn't work out.
Trip guard on the jumping heavy.
The traded Glyph does have more pushback than the regular version. The back 2 anti-air again. Clash is used. This could be Fox's last lifeline.
I assume Tweedy will bet nothing, and SonicFox will probably spend 2 here. He's going to want to keep some resources. Oh, Tweedy, no, he spends the bar. He wants to deny the health. I think you realize he was so close to building another bar that maybe he could afford to there.
Waiting for his time to strike with that forward 2. Such an amazing mid-poke for Black Manta. Okay, there's the anti-air again. Just waiting for Fox to go in.
Okay, now it's dangerous. Tweedy, he has the trait activated. He's got a bar for a confirm. And SonicFox doesn't have Clash anymore. Tweedy forced to use it. This is going to use Tweedy's own Clash up. But the question is, does SonicFox use his only bar to deny health here? He does.
Now the orb's going to give him presence, but he can't meter burn it. But there comes the forward 2 up 3. No specials necessary. The anti-air jump 1. This might be game over for Fox.
There is an orb in his way, and all the damage Tweedy's trying to do the chip. Oh, the jump, but the backdash from SonicFox is good.
Oh my word, the jump 2, good block on the back 2 as well. The minus situation, he can't be minus anymore.
Oh, and that's exactly what he's going to do as Tweedy is able to move to Grand Finals at EVO 2018 on the loser side, taking out SonicFox 3-1.
2 at EVO 2018. It's Noble Tweedy on the loser side and Noble Rewind on the winner's side.
And Rewind looking like he's bringing Catwoman, which is another character we know he can play, but we haven't really seen it too much. But again, you can't anticipate who he's going to play. You're against Rewind. The first matchup is, who is he even going to bring against me?
Now, just in case anyone might not know what a double elimination grand finals means, it basically means that for Tweedy to win this tournament, he has to beat Rewind in a 3 out of 5 to reset the bracket, and then has to win another 3 out of 5. Rewind, on the other hand, has to win 1.
He basically has to knock Rewind into loser's bracket, it gets reset, and then he has to do it again. It is your reward for being in grand finals on the winner's side, is having to do less work, because you haven't lost. Why should you have to do more? But it is going to be a really even start now, as Rewind finds himself a little bit lower on life, but in this kind of matchup, that means very little.
It does indeed. Couldn't get anything off the forward two. Didn't have the trait to confirm into it. No doubt would have seen a full combo if he had it available. And that's why the evade comes through right there. And the evade is used basically to deny otherwise guaranteed damage, which is what Dr. Fate does really well because of those ank drops.
You've seen before, right? We said that Catwoman doesn't use really too much bar in the neutral. It's not really until you get the idea for like some block pressure or combo damage. So you'll find that Rewind will have bar a lot of this game. And on the flip side, Tweedy, he's using bar constantly to stop orbs, to enhance projectiles, and everything.
Wonderful block. Ank drop normally not very scary, even if it's guaranteed, but when you're as weak as Rewind currently is, any damage is good damage.
Oh, big jump in from Rewind. This is an opportunity to even the score here. Rewind was so close, chip damage away from losing the life bar, but he's looking like he doesn't want that to happen at all. And there's the wake-up bait. Oh, the setup. Tweedy's delaying the wake-up and seals his own fate.
Is that a no pun intended because he's playing Dr. Fate?
I mean, I didn't realize until I restarted saying it. Give me a break. But Tweedy able to even things up now. Doesn't have a huge amount of space to work with. Big read from Rewind on the meter burn cat dash from full screen.
I mean, I respect the read because he's got the bar. And because we've only just started the round, that wager could have basically undone the work, but no wager needed. Rewind making all the right decisions, and the clash actually keeping Tweedy's back to the wall.
Really smart as well, and Tweedy, he's going to be able to actually even the trade out here. Tweedy would rather not spend the whole farm here in the bar. Plus frames respected by Rewind. Yeah, no real reason to disrespect Dr. Fate plus frames. Like, what's he going to do? He's going to forward 2 and then it's going to be over, right?
Yep, especially when he's got no trait. Trait he has got right now. The jump 3 beats the down 2. Has to watch out for that one. Tweedy, not in an amazing position, but he's got the bar to kill. The danger is that Rewind has got his clash. And now he's within basically chippable life. He can't get hit by a single mid, otherwise it's over.
And it's really hard to avoid. He is sitting in the healing glyph though, Tweedy. Oh, he set up a nice little nest for himself there in the corner. Now, look how much health he regenerated.
The question is right here, how much meter does he spend? And it's hard to say. 2-2. Okay, we're back to even.
Both flashes end up the exact same way.
Rewind making the read for an instant dash into a jump, but Tweedy, I think, wise to it. That's why we saw the orb, and just like that, he's making a comeback, and now he has to play his cards right. The increased damage of the traded projectiles.
You know, the wild thing is that all this is possible because of the healing there. Rewind tries to get in between.
Okay, watch out for the low. Catches the whip punish, but he doesn't believe in it! And the overhead comes through. That could have definitely gone either way, but Rewind scores first blood in the grand finals.
It all came down to one final mix-up off of the string, but it was going to be enough for Rewind. And the thing is, those kind of trades, for Tweedy, it is even more imperative he does not lose them. Because Rewind, he has to win 3 games, Tweedy needs 6. Now it's 2 games to 6. Just like that, off of a final last-minute scramble, Rewind has found himself 1 game up in grand finals, and Tweedy has all that much more work to do.
I mean, talk about work to do. Tweedy has done so much work already. The heads he's collected both before the top 8 and in the top 8. He's had too many close calls to count.
I feel like every time Tweedy's getting knocked down though, and he does his wake up and Rewind goes to one of those neutral jump setups, Tweedy's getting hit every time, even when it's not really a mix-up. I feel like he's trying to really kind of anti-air him on the way down, and it's not really working too much.
Oh, damage. Yep, there's the damage aura. Gets you to jump out of it. And if you jump out, instant jump 1 mate.
I feel like Tweedy is just using the... I've never seen someone use the entirety of Fate's move list so efficiently before. Like, literally, no stone is being left unturned. Everything he can do in this matchup, he is doing. Wow. Ooh, a little mini juggle there.
Yeah, if he didn't, even if he jumped over that projectile, he would have eaten the ank and died anyway.
So Tweedy, he has trait, but not even a single bar of meter just yet. Obviously, he's going to get one very soon. Rewind needs to really pick his moment here. As long as you're in forward 2 range, you can't really approach. If you jump 2, obviously, it's clean anti-air. You see Tweedy with that strong neutral, right? Being able to get in on Dr. Fate when he has this much of a life lead is so difficult.
And obviously, when you go into the trait and you drop the anks right there, when you have the traded mode, it actually acts as a projectile in itself, so you can kind of use it as an extension of many of your moves.
And there's the stop. Give me every little tiny piece of damage Tweedy can squeeze out here with this life lead he is taking. And because it's all single hits, there's no opportunity for clash. Even though Rewind, he's had more bar the whole game, he does not have the opportunity to actually clash at all to get health back.
That's the danger about fighting zoners. So many of their projectiles are unclashable, they hit individually, especially a trait in Dr. Fate where his projectiles hit like an absolute truck. You can't clash any of it. Uh-oh, speaking of which. Oh, here comes another one. Rewind. If he wins this, it's a miracle, yeah.
We actually saw that from Semiij as well. Whenever we saw Tweedy go for those kind of like red ank drops, just neutral jumping from Semiij to make them miss, but Tweedy has already caught onto that. You know, he's going for just straight up projectiles behind them to make sure that it will catch you. But a 1-1, tied it up now from Tweedy. I feel like the biggest change there was most of the first game was spent with Tweedy's back to the wall. And when you give Dr. Fate screen space to work with, especially in this kind of matchup, it's going to be dangerous.
Now we've gone for a stage change, but we haven't gone for a character change. Rewind is confident in this matchup because of how the first game went, but in Testament, you know, the second Tweedy can get going and he can establish his full screen game and he can make the right decisions, it can work out. But Rewind, wonderful decision on the neutral jump too. Rewind in a great form at the moment.
Oh wow, presses the button at a really weird time, and that's going to be a full launch thanks to the interactable. Oh, Rewind spending another bar here.
You know, the second game seemed pretty slow-paced, but you realize the second Catwoman kind of puts her foot on the gas and everything works. It's insane how quick the games can go.
I mean, but that's what happens, right? As soon as Dr. Fate is in the corner and doesn't have screen to work with, I mean, you can see this is where he's going to struggle. This is where Rewind needs to keep him. Even like at the end of the first life bar, we saw him up to forego the guaranteed kill to make sure that he at least kept Tweedy's back to the wall, and that's a galactic jump in, and that's not just because we're in space for Rewind to get another combo, but not quite close enough there.
Armor breaks the back three because of the multiple hitting environment interaction. We didn't see a full combo from the cat dash because he didn't have the bar, unfortunately, and speaking of not having bar, here comes a guaranteed clash win for Tweedy.
No reason not to clash, if anything, just to slow the momentum. Rewind was very much just in the driver's seat. Jumping from Tweedy, opting to jump in towards Rewind. You don't see that too often. Big combo off the bounce.
Yeah, he's fine back. He kind of wants the screen to work good. That's the thing about these zoning characters. They don't want corner pressure, they want screen space. If they have you in the corner, they'll just spend the whole game walking back because the work you have to do to come in is just so insane. But there's the whip trip.
We have to remember now the fact that Tweedy is lower on life and doesn't have a clash, any damage Rewind can do, unless he techs out of it, is going to be guaranteed. It's going to be so hard for Tweedy to actually build any resources back, and a trip guard.
Understands he was a little bit too far away to get the actual launch. Meter burn rolls through, pushed into the orb, so he's going to take some chip. This should be the round. No, not quite. There it is. Down forward one. I mean, when you're that weak as Rewind, you just have to make a hard read.
Indeed, but Rewind, he doesn't have a lot of work left to do in this game. Tweedy, on the other hand, really has to try everything possible to bring this life a little bit closer together. There's one big hit here from Rewind, and that's going to end things. Oh. I wonder if that was a super attack.
If that was a super, I mean, I actually don't know if with Catwoman super would it have worked. Oh, the instant restart match. We're not even going to give him a chance to finish the combo because this game is already finished. Rewind is one game away from taking EVO.
So if they're trading game for game, this really kind of reinforces the earlier point of being so important to win that first game. Because even if Tweedy wins this and then Rewind wins, it's all going to come down to success. And the first game was so close. You know Tweedy is not going to want that to haunt him.
It just basically, it depends on which character can get going first. And in this case, Rewind has just been pressing all of the right buttons, displaying such a high level of matchup knowledge against this character as well.
But Tweedy, he has decided that it is going to be Dr. Fate. No Starfire seen here whatsoever. So it's going to be Dr. Fate. It's going to be keeping Tweedy in the tournament, or sending him home.
Well, when we saw Tweedy face off against Semiij, this was the exact same matchup. When it comes to Catwoman, this is by far the character he wants to pick. He doesn't want to bother with Starfire here, but Rewind just playing so much better in this matchup, it seems. And he's just trying to challenge on Wake Up, and that's going to be tournament point, championship point for Rewind.
Rewind is one life bar away from winning EVO 2018, becoming a new world champion, and this is an opportunity to do it. Tweedy with the immediate clash, wasting no time, does not want any part of this. He needs to get out of the corner. Absolutely cannot be back to the corner at all, or it's going to be so difficult for him to actually do anything. But there we go, crouching under the jump in, but jumps himself back in, no!
He has to watch out, making some of these crucial mistakes. Putting himself minus against Catwoman can sometimes be a death sentence. The forward three is blocked, takes the frames, but minimal block damage.
He's pushed himself back to mid-screen now, though, but you can see Rewind, the patience. He has no reason to be anti here. He does have the life lead. Jump two.
Every jump in, just the clutch you have to show now is your Tweedy. You really are. Your back is against the wall.
And there it is. There's the shoulder. Tweedy, he is fighting back. 1 life bar away from evening things out. He desperately needs this. Tweedy, he's had to work so hard to get to this point. Oh, and there we go. The hit confirm. Spending 2 bars, no question, and Rewind with a clash of his own. This is going to be potentially the final clash of the tournament.
Now as the clash comes through, it's 1-0. We have a little bit of health regen, so Rewind get the bonus. The hard read on the cat dash. This could be the beginning of the end for Tweedy.
It depends. There's their patience. The jump whip does not quite work this time. There's the block, but Tweedy goes for the late.
Oh my god, the neutral jump, and he gets the meter burn back 3. This is going to be a chunk of damage.
It's going to push us back towards a different area as well. So there's going to be new interactables to play with, and we're not going to be near the corner. That's what Tweedy needs to avoid. Trait has popped. Tweedy, he has a bar, but he does have enhanced projectiles now for a little while. 1 bar, Rewind. He has 3 of his own. Attempted dance here. Every hit, this might be it. Tweedy, he has 2 bars, but doesn't get the chance to. Rewind with a jump in. He tries to catch him down, and the block damage. Noble Rewind is your EVO 2018 World Champion for Injustice 2.
Tweedy's going to be devastated with that one. You can see it in his body language, but I mean, the man of the hour is Rewind, the young blood, showing why the new generation of NetherRealm players, I mean, these guys are the future.
Indeed, absolutely. And of course, Tweedy, he came so close, defeating SonicFox, defeating BigD, and just name after name after name. And of course, second place is such an impressive achievement, but it really is Rewind. This is his year. This is his moment. And he is now officially the best player in the world for Injustice 2.
I mean, this is a great precedent for the future. You can see the rest of the competition congratulating him. SonicFox really being the #1 person approaching him at the moment. Training partners, these guys going back and forth. But I mean, I'm so happy to see the journey Rewind has had. The entire community coming out right now to congratulate him. And with this win, Rewind has cemented himself a place at the IPS finals later this year.